Hi, Alok. Hi, Ba. Good. How are you? Alok, Kelchata. How are you?
Kelso, Rahul, am I audible now?
Yes, 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 yes. Right.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Rahul.
All right. So we'll begin then. Hmm. ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वं मरोगताम् अजाढ्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत् निःश्रेण्यो ब्रह्मलोकस्य वाग्देव्याः कर्णकुण्डले धर्मध्रुवमहामूले वाल्मीकिव्यासयो कृति श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने रामनामवरानन ॐ नम इति Namaste everyone once again. Welcome back. So 2 weeks and gap ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸೊ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಟು ಇಂದಮ್ಮ ದೀಪು ಫಾರ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಸೊ ದಟ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೊ ಮಚ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಸುರಕ್ಷಾ ರಶ್ಮಿ hello namaste
Namaste.
namaste yes
Namaste.
namaste let me share my screen
Namaste.
uh, entire screen yes yes ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತಾ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ನಂದು
Yes.
ಓಕೆ so we had stopped with chapter 1 subchapter 57 ನಿಲ್ಸಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸೊ we discussed last session we had a I think 3 sessions back we discussed a lot about destiny alwa especially ahalyadu destiny can destiny be altered ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು ಸೊ yeah we will now continue with chapter 1 subchapter 58 okay yes I am audible and visible clearly, Alva. I mean, Ivaga, now that you're seeing my screen, it'll be the screen only, but I'm audible clearly, Alva. Eldukono? Yeah, the network, yes. Okay. All right. So, beginning with chapter 1, subchapter 58. Yeah. So, full of compassion, Kushika's descendant spoke these words, these sweet words to the king. Kushika's descendant is Vishwamitra, Alva. So yeah so who the he spoke these sweet words to the king who presented himself in the form of a chandala. Okay. O son, O descendant of the Ikshvaku lineage, welcome. I know that you are extremely devoted to dharma. O bull among sages, do not be scared. I will be your refuge. I will invite all the maharshis who are auspicious in their deeds so that they can assist in the sacrifice. Okay. Illi, just a previous context navilli. I think I'll just read a little bit from the previous chapter to know, to just get back to the context. Sorry. Yeah. Hi Deepu. Welcome.
Hi, hi,
Hi. Yes. So I think in the last chapter now, what was the context? Somebody remembers, Nilli? Trishanku's words ಆಯಿತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ Vasishta, I mean, Trishank, he restored to Vasishta. Vasishta, he told him he will not help, alva. Then Trishanku went to Vasishta's sons. ಅವರು ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ನಿನ್ನ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಿಫೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಯು ಅಂತ ದೇ ಟೆಲ್. ಸೊ ಹಿ ರೀಚಸ್ ಔಟ್ ಟು ವಿಶ್ವಾಮಿತ್ರ. ಓಕೆ. So he says, I have satisfied my great soul preceptors with my good conduct. I sought and desired to perform a sacrifice in accordance with dharma. So the Trishanku Vishwamitra ಹೇಳ್ತಾರದು. So, O bull among sages, however, my preceptors are not content at this. I think that destiny is supreme and human endeavor is futile. Destiny cannot be crossed. In every way, destiny is the supreme refuge. That is the reason I am supremely afflicted and seek your favors. O fortunate one, my deeds have been countered by destiny. You should do what needs to be done. There is no other destination for me. There is no other refuge for me. You should counter destiny through your human endeavor. So, ಇದು ತ್ರಿಶಂಕು ವಿಶ್ವಾಮಿತ್ರಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ I think Deepu wanted to discuss about the karma theory once again, alva. Shall we complete maybe 2 chapters and then we'll go to that on the art chapter? Yeah, 58 59 maybe we'll complete and then we'll keep it for the discussion.
Okay.
ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇದು ನೀವು ಡೆಸ್ಟಿನಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ವಾ, ಅದು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ವಾ?
ಅದೇ ಆ ಕರ್ಮ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಬರೀ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಫಾರ್ ಸಮ್ ರೀಸನ್ ದ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ಡ್. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಹೌ ದಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್. ಅದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಮೇ ಬಿ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಿಕ್ಲಿ sort of revisit that understanding.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. So chapter 1, subchapter 58. So full of compassion, Kushika's descendant spoke these sweet words to the king, who presented himself in the form of a Chandala. So this is Vishwamitra speaking to Trishanku. Okay. O son, O descendant of the Ikshvaku lineage, welcome. I know that you are extremely devoted to dharma. O bull among sages, do not be scared. I will be your refuge. I will invite all the Maharshis who are auspicious in their deeds so that they can assist in the sacrifice. O king, you will perform the sacrifice that was foiled. You will go to heaven in your own physical body, in your original form, as well as in the form obtained because of the curse of your preceptors. So, illi Trishanku, the wish that he had was that he wanted to enter heaven with his present body only. And sharirad sameta on ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ is I think I heard was the wish that he had. ಈ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, you will go to heaven in your own physical body in your original form as well as in the form obtained because of the curse of your preceptors. Okay. O Lord of men, I think that heaven is as good as in your hands. You have approached and sought refuge with Kaushika, who is the one who grants refuge. Somebody has joined. 1 second. Chinmay. Yeah. Chinmay ma, namaste. So we've just begun.
Yeah, namaste. Yeah. Please go ahead.
Okay. So we've just started with chapter 1, subchapter 58, where Vishwamitra is speaking to Trishanku, saying that I'll help you.
Yeah. Okay. I was there last time when we read it. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So you have approached and sought refuge with Kaushika, who is the one who grants refuge. Having said this, the immensely energetic and immensely wise one instructed his sons, who were supremely devoted to dharma, to make all the arrangements for the sacrifice. He summoned all his disciples and spoke these words to them. O sons, following my instructions, bring all the rishis and their disciples. Bring their well-wishers and the extremely learned assistant priests. If anyone ignores these words or, inflamed by the strength of their words, speaks anything against them, and also everything that is left unsaid, let all that be reported to me. Yeah. Apurva, welcome. Yes. Okay.
Sorry for the late.
So no problem. Yeah. Okay. Hearing these words and following his command, they left in different directions. All those who knew about the Brahman started to assemble from different countries. The disciples returned to the sage, who blazed in his energy and reported all the words spoken by those who knew about the Brahman. The Brahman. Yeah, Brahman. Brahman. Yeah. So, Brahman alla, Brahmana irbekalva. Who knew about the Brahman. Yeah. On hearing your words, all the Brahmanas have arrived from different countries or are coming. However, Mahodaya ignored them. Mahaudaya, the name of a priest. Mahodaya is the name of one priest. Okay, however, Mahodaya ignored them. Also, all those 100 sons of Vasishtha dilated their eyes in rage. O bull among sages, you should hear everything that they said. A Kshatriya is the officiating priest for a Chandala who is undertaking a sacrifice. Here, Kshatriya is Vishwamitra. Okay. In such an assembly, how can the gods and the rishis partake of the oblations? Having enjoyed the food of a Chandala, how will the great souled Brahmanas go to heaven even if they are protected by Vishwamitra? O tiger among sages, their eyes dilated with rage, all the sons of Vasishtha, together with Mahodaya, uttered these harsh words. Hearing all their words, the eyes of that bull among sages dilated with rage. He angrily said, I am established in my fierce austerities. All those evil souled ones who revile an unblemished one like me will be reduced to ashes. There is no doubt about this. Right now, the noose of time will come to them to Yama's eternal abode. For 700 births, all of them will be those who feed on corpses. They will be known as Mushtikas. 411, a variety of Chandala, Vasishta's sons became this. Oh, Vasishta's sons became Mushtikas because of Vishwamitra's curse. Okay. Mushtikasura, Chanura, Malla anta bartha. Mushtikasura, yeah. Mushtikas. Yeah. They will be shunned and will always feed on the flesh of dogs. They will roam around in the world so deformed and disfigured. The evil-minded Mahodaya has abused someone as unblemished as me. He will be abhorred by all the worlds and will become a Nishada. He will always be engaged in taking the lives of others and will always be cruel. Because of my rage, he will face this catastrophe for a long period of time. The great ascetic Vishwamitra spoke these words. After this, in the midst of the rishis, the immensely energetic and great sage stopped. Okay. Chapter 1, subchapter 59. In the midst of the sages, through the strength of his austerities, the immensely energetic Vishwamitra said that they would slay Mahodaya and the sons of Vasishtha. He said, this heir of the Ikshvaku lineage is known by the name of Trishanku. He is generous and is devoted to Dharma. He has sought refuge with me. He wishes to conquer the world of the gods in his own physical body. With me, all of you undertake this sacrifice so that he can go to the world of the gods in his own physical body. All those Maharshis knew about Dharma. Hearing his words, all of them consulted with each other and spoke words that were full of Dharma. The sage who is an heir of the Kushika lineage is extremely prone to anger. There is no doubt that we must completely act in accordance with his words. The illustrious one is like the fire. He will curse us in his rage. Therefore, let us undertake this sacrifice so that the heir of the Ikshvaku lineage can go to heaven in his own physical body, thanks to Vishwamitra's energy. Thus, all of them engaged themselves in undertaking that sacrifice. Having spoken those words, all the Maharshis initiated the rites. The immensely energetic Vishwamitra became the officiating priest for the sacrifice. The officiating priests, accomplished in the use of mantras, chanted mantras. Following the prescribed ordinances, they performed all the rituals. After a long period of time, Vishwamitra, the great ascetic, invited all the gods to accept their shares in the sacrifice. However, all the gods did not arrive to accept their shares in the sacrifice. At this, Vishwamitra, the great sage, was infused with rage. He angrily raised a sacrificial ladle and spoke to Trishanku. O Lord of men, behold the strength of the austerities I have earned for myself. Through my own energy, I will convey you to heaven in your physical body. It is extremely difficult to go to heaven in one's own physical body. O Lord of men, go there, O King. Even if I have earned a little bit of merit through my own austerities, through that energy, go to heaven in your own physical body. O Kakutstha, when the sage spoke in this way, while the sages looked on, the Lord of men went to heaven in his own physical body. When he saw that Trishanku had soared to the world of the gods with all the other large number of gods, the chastiser of Paka addressed him in these words. Paka Shasana. The Paka is Paka yaar hello Rashmi? Paka Shasana Adi Vinutam. Paka is Indra, na?
I think so, I'm not sure.
I think it is Indra Ansutte. Yeah. The chasters are Paka Shasana Vinutam and
The chastiser of Paka, the one who purifies
who
Paka.
purifies Paka. So who's Paka?
So, is it Vishwamitra?
The
I
chastiser
don't
of Paka. ಪಾಕಶಾಸನಾದಿ ವಿನೂತಂ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಗಣಪತಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕೃತಿ ಇದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ.
know. Paka, if it's Indra, chastiser of Paka.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಹೌದು, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸಂಬಡಿ ಎಲ್ಸ್. ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಪಾಕ?
What is the question?
ಪಾಕ, ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಪಾಕ? ಪಾಕ.
Pata.
Oh, it says is a demon king, is one of the demon kings ಅಂತ.
Oh. Then is it Vishnu or someone? I don't know.
Paka
Or
is
Brahma.
described as a demon king who was conquered by Lord Indra.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. So the chastiser of Paka should be Indra only.
Okay. So the oh, I remember. Paka Shasanihi is Indra.
ಪಾಕ ಶಾಸನಾದಿ ವಿನೂತಂ ಅಂತದ. ಸೊ ಇಂದ್ರಯಿಂದ ಪೂಜಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟವನು ಗಣಪತಿ ಅಂತ ಹತ್ರ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಯಾ ಯಾ ಪಾಕ ಶಾಸನಿಹಿ. ಯಾ ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ದ ಚೇಸ್ಟೈಸರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾಕ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ಡ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಇನ್ ದೀಸ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಂದ್ರ ತ್ರಿಶಂಕುಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದಿದ್ದು. ಓಕೆ. ಓ ತ್ರಿಶಂಕು, ಲೀವ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡನ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಹೆವೆನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಅಬೋರ್ಡ್. ಓ ಫೂಲಿಶ್ ಒನ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೀನ್ ಕರ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಯುವರ್ ಪ್ರಿಸೆಪ್ಟರ್. Fall down to earth with your head facing downwards. Okay. Thus addressed by the great Indra, Trishanku started to fall down again. He screamed out to Vishwamitra, the store of austerities, "Save me!" Hearing his loud wails, Kaushika became extremely angry and said, "Stay there, stay there." He was like another Prajapati. It is Brahma, la? Prajapati is Brahma. In the midst of the sages, along the southern direction, the energetic one created another group of Saptarishis. Okay, 413, the Arsa Major, Saptarishi Mandala. Arsa Major is the name of the constellation, the Saptarishi Mandala. Okay, senseless with rage in the midst of the sages, the extremely illustrious one then started to create garlands of nakshatras located in the southern direction. Tainted by his rage, he created generations of nakshatras. I will create another world with an Indra, or perhaps it doesn't need an Indra. In his anger, he started to create another set of gods. The large number of rishis and the bulls among the gods were extremely terrified at this. They entreated the great souled Vishwamitra in these words: O immensely fortunate one, this king is blemished because of the curse imposed by his preceptor. O store of austerities, he does not deserve to go to heaven in his own physical body. Hearing the words of the gods, Kaushika, bull among sages, spoke these extremely great words to all the gods. O fortunate ones, I have promised King Trishanku that he will ascend there in his own physical body. I am not interested in ensuring the falsity of that pledge. In his own physical body, let Trishanku enjoy heaven for eternity. Let all my fixed nakshatras also be there. As long as the worlds exist, let all of them remain there. For my sake, all of you gods should agree to this. Thus addressed, all the gods replied to the bull among sages. O fortunate one, it shall be that way, and all of them will remain there. Many of them will be there, but will be outside Vaishwanara's path. That is, Vaishwanara has several meanings. The sense is that these new creations will be in a parallel galaxy or universe. Okay.
Vaishwanara usually refers to Agni. So
Oh, howda?
maybe light.
Vaishwanara. Okay, okay. But will be outside Vaishwanara's path. Okay. O best among sages, Trishanku will also be there amidst the radiance of the blazing nakshatras like an immortal, but with his head hanging downwards. In the midst of the rishis, worshipped by all the gods, the immensely energetic Vishwamitra, with dharma in his soul, agreed to what the gods had said. O supreme among men, after this, at the conclusion of the sacrifice, all the gods and the great souled sages, stores of austerities, returned to wherever they had come from. Okay, so then the meaning is like he, but with his head hanging downwards. Trishanku will also be there amidst the radiance of the blazing nakshatras like an immortal, but with his head hanging downwards. I don't know what that means actually.
He's upside down. There's a famous the upside down king ಅಂತಾನು ಒಂದು phrase ಇದೆ.
ಹೌದಾ?
So ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಮಿತ್ರ is pushing him up and Indra is pushing him down. ಅವಾಗ he flips and ಅವನು ಉಲ್ಟಾ in mid air he's stuck.
Hmm.
So he's upside down and ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಶ್ವಾಮಿತ್ರ creates a parallel ಸ್ವರ್ಗ for him and he's like that only ಅಂತ they say.
Oh.
That's what I heard.
Okay.
He's upside down ಅಂತ.
Sorry, sorry. Okay. Don't know what that signifies. What does that signify? I mean, on upside down, hange idre, I mean, is he affected by gravity? Does he fall down? And ತ್ರಿಶಂಕು ಸ್ವರ್ಗ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅವನು ಸ್ವರ್ಗದಲ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹತ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ.
Trishanku Swarga is in the middle.
So
Neither here nor there types. That's why says Trishanku ತರ ಆಗ್ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ.
So does that mean
because you are neither on the ground nor on neither in earth nor in Swarga.
So does it mean he
so that is pseudo Swarga created by Vishwamitra.
So does that mean he can actually
but that is his greatness, the guy.
Does that mean he can actually enjoy Swarga then?
Not the benefits of Swarga. No, he doesn't need Swarga also. No. So he is in a place which is not a comfortable state.
He's in delusion.
He has got no moksha also.
What does that mean?
From that state he cannot get out also.
Also, I also didn't understand the motive of Vishwamitra wanting to help Trishanku. Is it really only because he felt sad for him and bejaragi papa?
No, it was his power game against Vasishtha.
Okay, he wanted to establish.
Actually, it is like he's become Mohra.
What is Mohra?
He is the Mohra and for in the sense power game between Vasishtha and Vishwamitra. Vasishtha is not out to prove anything, but Vishwamitra was Ahankara was there. No, that is the reason why he wanted to prove this. This is the reason why he is fighting. He did this. He wanted to show that he is so powerful to Vasishtha. He wanted to win the game because he couldn't win the game of Kamadhenu. No, this is not.
Where is the Doshama?
He cannot win the game of Kamadhenu. He couldn't get Kamadhenu. No. From there it starts. This whole story. To show his anger, I mean Garva, he wanted his Ahankara was so much like, and in the middle of that, this Trishanku fellow got stuck.
What does that signify? I mean, so psychologically.
Signifies the effect of Ahankara, and you follow an Ahankara person, then what happens? You may go to, you will be neither here nor there, no anywhere, no status for you anywhere. Because he surrendered to a person like Vishwamitra, who is the Ahankari by nature. He is a Kshatriya and Ahankari. In his Ahankara, he wanted to go against Prakriti, which is not something which is humanly possible. That is the fun. That is the significance of it. As far as I could take it. And
Mm.
Actually, for me, I feel Vishwamitra's story is like a journey from how he gets rid of everything, anger, ahankara, and finally he becomes Brahma Rishi. So maybe this is one of the other things that Vishwamitra has to realize and get rid of
yeah,
it.
exactly. It's a journey. Yeah, correct. You're right.
Mm.
You're right.
Correct.
His own self-evolving journey.
Mm.
And all of us also,
Mm.
in this self-evolving journey, we have to go through these things. We get stuck with other people. We get stuck with our own idiosyncrasies. We get stuck with so many things. And after you get unstuck, then only you go further.
Mm.
That's the beauty of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what is wrong with me.
Trishanku. So,
Everything is
so
still off.
yeah, I mean the whole concept of body, mind,
So
intellect,
now she can put
especially the sharira, the physical
body.
sharira that we have, is only seemita to this to bhumi, alva, or the physical world. So yeah, iga a Sadguru, then there's a question that he asked in one video, after an Islam believer passes away and goes to their heaven, and he meets with the 72 virgins. What body does
Okay,
he
what is
have to
that?
even be with them ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸೊ ಹೀಲ್ ಶರೀರನೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 72 ವರ್ಜಿನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅವನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಲ್ಲ ಸೊ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸೊ ಹೌ ಈಸ್ ಹೀ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಸೊ ಯಾ ದಟ್ ಮೇಕ್ಸ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಸೊ ದ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಗ್ಯಾದರ್ಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ಅನ್ನಮಯ ಕೋಶ. The Annamaya Kosha is only Seemita or limited to the Bhumi, and it can't be taken to either Naraka or Swarga. So when you say your body is being boiled in hell, for example, अब ಶರೀರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಾಯ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನು ಯಾವ ಬಾಡಿನ ಬಾಯ್ಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸೊ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸೊ ಸೊ ದೇರ್
Rahul,
ಹೆವೆನ್.
can you please repeat? Boil ಮಾಡೋದಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು? Like you're talking about Hindu hell or something?
ಹಿಂದೂಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗರುಡ ಪುರಾಣದೆಲ್ಲ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ ಕುಂಭಿ
So
ಪಾಕಂ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅದ.
yeah, so Rahul, ಅದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ when the person leaves the body here, he will take a temporary body called Yatana Sharira. So that will be like a temporary body only. Like once he goes to that hell, the different types of Kubbi Pakam irbodo, like different types of hell irbodo, he will be in that hell and he will be getting the punishment until his time is up. And then he will be put back on to earth if he's not for depending upon his karma. So he will attain a body called Yatana Sharira.
Okay.
May not be the actual body that we have here, but a different type of body over there.
So these you know the experience of pain or pleasure, so it is every time I think I look at a video of a beach or go to a beach, when I look at the waves there, do the waves have a reason for waving? So when each wave is coming, ಅದಕ್ಕೇನಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ಕಾರಣ ಇದೆಯಾ? So is there a purpose for the wave? Right, so it's just happening, right? So the waves are just happening. Either it's like this wave came because of this and this wave's job was to do this ಅಂತ ಏನೋ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ ನಮಗೆ for each wave, right? It's just coming and going, coming and going, and coming and going, right? So our different janmas that we take are like waves, right? So one of the understandings that I have, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ can I confidently say that this is my last janma? For example, if you took any divine person, you take for example Rama, right? Rama was born as Krishna. Yake, I mean, if he was born as a human avatar, I mean, of course, he came for yada yada hi dharmasya gnanirvavati bharata abhyutanamgoskara banda. Oh no. So, but you take every other realized soul, they came back, alva. So, Raghavendra Swamigal, for example, in his previous janma ಏನಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೋ, he was some Gandharva. He was a divine Gandharva. I forgot the name. ಏನದು Venkatanatha was his real name when he was born, before he became Raghavendra Swami. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ
No, his first janma is Shankukarna, who is born from Vishnu's Manasaputra, something they call. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ his janma was Bahlika in Dwapara he was Bahlika Raja. After that Vyasarayaru. After that Raghavan Swami.
ಸೊ ಈಗ ವ್ಯಾಸರಾಯರಿಗೆ ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಅಂತ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಹಿ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಎನ್ಲೈಟೆಡ್, he should not have had one more janma alva. He should have completed the cycle of birth and death.
ಹಿಂಗೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಕಲಿಯುಗ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರೋದು, ಈ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಜನರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಸಾರ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಭಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನ ಪ್ರಸಾರ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಈ ಯಾರು ಉತ್ತಮ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯತಿಗಳಾಗಿದ್ರು, ಯಾರು ಸಾಧಕರಾಗಿದ್ರು, ಯಾರು ತುಂಬಾ ದೇವರನ್ನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದವರಾಗಿದ್ರು, ಅವರು ಪುನಃ ಜನ್ಮವನ್ನು ತಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಮನುಷ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅವರು ಜನರಿಗೆ ದಾರಿ ತೋರ್ಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಪುನಃ ಜನ್ಮ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ.
ವೆರಿ ನೈಸ್, ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲಿ ಪುಟ್. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಗೋ ಟು ಅದ್ವೈತ ವೇದಾಂತಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ನಾವು, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮನೋಬುದ್ಧಿ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಚಿತ್ತಾನಿ ನಾಹಂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನಿದಲ್ಲ, ನಾದಲ್ಲ, ನೀನು ನಾನೇ, ನಾನು ನಾನೇ, ಅವನು ನಾನೇ, ಇವಳು ನಾನೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ವೆನ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ವಾಸ್ ಒನ್, ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಉದ್ಧಾರಫೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಹೂಮ್? ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಈಗ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲಿ ಆಸ್ ಪರ್ ಅದ್ವೈತ ವೇದಾಂತ, ರಾಘವೇಂದ್ರ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ರಾಹುಲ್ is also ರಾಘವೇಂದ್ರ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ರಾಹುಲ್ is ನಿಧಿ is me, ನಿಧಿ is ಇಂದಮ್ಮ.
No. This is so easy to say, Advaita Vedanta, when you're talking, you're saying there's only one person. Like you're right. God is everywhere. It's the same person in every form. God is in everybody is the same. But how many of us can actually experience that or feel that? For us to understand that, or rather to get into the experiential mode of that, you need to understand Dvaita. Then only the Advaita concept comes.
So the question is, absolutely understood. Absolutely agree with what you said. Question is,
so everything is relative, no? So that's why Nayeti, that thing, I'm not this. Why? Then only you'll know what is this, by inference.
Correct.
Because it is not something that can be expressed in words or sight or anything of this world.
Correct.
With our limited common sense and limited brains.
So do we agree?
So what was the question?
I mean, let us start from LKG, UKG, first standard, second standard, ella mugsi, amal bachelor's ಮಾಡಿ, masters ಮಾಡಿ, PhD ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ. But finally, do we agree, according to the PhD syllabus, that it is one consciousness?
It is one consciousness. There is no two ways on that. That comes to the experiential fold very often. It comes to an experiential fold very often. But because of the padre of Maya, because of the veil of Maya, we get caught in the Dvaita. She will ensure that you are in Dvaita. Because she wants her to her bosom. She wants you to her bosom. She is her child. Like how Yashoda tells, I don't want all this story of yours, Krishna. I want my Krishna. I will be mother. I will be my son. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't want to know all this, she says. So she negates this Advaita, though she knows it is there.
Yeah. Correct.
We all know it is Advaita. There's the same consciousness, same God in everybody. Then why do we have dualities at all?
Correct.
It is the what is that? It is the ignorance.
Correct.
Which is why we are in that state.
Correct. So sorry, Apurva, you were saying something, ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೆ.
ಅವರು ಅದ್ವೈತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ್ವೈತ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ಅಂತಲೇ ನನಗನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ವೈತ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅಹಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾಸ್ಮಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಅವ್ರು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಅರ್ಥವತ್ತಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾಕೆ ಶಾರದಾಂಬ ಶೀಸ್ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯ ನಾನೇ ಶಂಕರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ?
ನಾನು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಪದನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಕಣೆ. ಅಹಂ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಬಂತು ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
ಹಾ
ಅಹಂ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅಹಂ ಈ ಆಕಾರ, ಅಹಂಕಾರ ನಾನು ಈ ಆಕಾರ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ಆಟೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ಲಿ, ಅದೇ ಬೈ ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್.
ಹೌದು.
Okay.
ಅಹಂ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ
ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ಚಿತ್ತ ಅಹಂಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಅಹಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾಸ್ಮಿ? Is it
nobody beyond that is beyond that only is aham brahmasmi. That also aham brahmasmi ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಅಹಂ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು, ಅದು
ಅಹಂ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು.
Maybe there is something else.
See, the word brahmasmi itself is
ಅಸ್ಮಿ, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಅಸ್ಮಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
yeah, asmi. So there it comes me, but doesn't come as aham. But the moment you say aham brahmasmi, I, that I comes means there itself it's gone.
No,
Your identity is Dvaita.
Aham asmi is a faulty statement. I am is a faulty statement because I is only am. There is only am. There is only am.
That is in English. I'm just talking generally. In Sanskrit, when you
let's
say.
look at the, I had given this story which I heard from another guru whom I'm associated with, Gurumitra Purnadvaiti anta. Avaru helidda story how an ocean wanted to look at itself one day. If I want to see myself, I stand in front of a mirror, but an ocean wanted to look at itself. So avagad, how does it look at itself? There is no mirror to look at itself. So some people will say it looked at the sky and saw the reflection. No, the sky alli reflecting surface illa. So it is only the sky where the blue is just the scattered light of the sun. So the ocean cannot look at itself. I mean there is no mirror for the ocean to look at. So what did it do? It evaporated, went up and became a cloud. And when it was falling down as a water droplet, as a raindrop, a raindrop agi it looked at itself and it's like, oh wow, I'm so huge anta vet ad nodkoltade. Nidhi nodu, Nidhi.
But alle a raindrop bandaga he is separated from the water.
Alva, he separated. So
alli Dvaita bandbidutade automatically. So here it is like there's interesting discussion of I am the body or is the body is mine. Which side you will go?
Neither, alva. Actually,
neither only. But the point is, usually when we do the class, we do this fun story. So we'll have some of them will say, I am the body, very peacefully. Others will say, no, body is mine. So then who are you? So if I cut one shoulder, cut one hand and put, where will you go? I will go inside. Then I'll cut the other hand also. Then where will you go? You'll go inside. Then I'll cut the head also. Where will you go? I'll go inside. So is that true? No.
Yeah.
Atra.
So, but it's very easy to say I'm not the body also, because if I come and pinch you or slap you, you will feel it. You will
Exactly.
Yeah.
At that time, you are understanding that you are the body only.
So I have associated myself with the body, and then you have examples of Ramana Maharshi or somebody like him getting a surgery done without any anesthesia because he was able to dissociate from his body and pain. Right, so ಆ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಆರ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಸಮಾಧಿ, ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಲೀವ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ. Someone was asking me what is the difference between suicide and samadhi. Right, suicide is when you harm the body and go. Samadhi is when you don't harm the body and still go. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ. ಸೊ ಹಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನು ಹೋದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ನೇಚರ್. ಸೊ ಬಟ್ the question that I was coming back to is, ಈಗ ತ್ರಿಶಂಕು ಇವನು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ, ಅವನು ಅರ್ಧದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದ, ತಲೆ ತಿರ್ಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ, ಅಪ್ಸೈಡ್ ಡೌನ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ all of this is just one consciousness which is experiencing multiple ಏನು ಹೇಳೋದು, projections. I will know projection is the word, or multiple varieties. Vishwamitra is from the same consciousness. Trishanku is from the same consciousness. Vasishta is from the same consciousness. Alva? So when Vishwamitra is doing this thing, avanu ashtu powerful agiddaanu, and still he was not qualified to become a Brahmarshi. He was
over here.
Brahmarshi.
Correct. I was sorry to interrupt, but over here I get the feeling that it's something like when you're going towards evolution, say Kundalini Yoga, whatever, you're trying to go towards evolution. When you're going towards this evolution, there are so many stages that come through. Like sometimes back Apurva was saying, no, that it's a stage of evolution. So what happens? He was also traveling to the stage of evolution. Vasishtha is already an evolved person. Okay, whereas this guy was going towards his evolution. In this process of evolution, like for example, Kundalini Yoga, if you're doing Kundalini Yoga for a long time and all, then one level you get different siddhis.
Correct.
And you tend to get stuck at different places.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Something similar to that only this is.
Okay.
So what happens when they're walking on water? Okay, they can really do it. When they get that siddhi, they come out of that mental frame. Their mental frame is in a different plane, so they are able to walk across the ocean. But then that is again they are stuck there, and they get stuck with that ahankara that I am doing this.
Doing this.
तो यहाँ पे जब तक अहम है, तब तक you cannot. There is no realization at all.
Correct.
There is no moksha at all. There is no liberation at all. For us to get into that moksha state, we really have to disconnect and connect with the supreme divine force inside us.
Yeah. So I was trying to pick on the point that Alok mentioned. I mean, it's a huge discussion about what happens after death. ಬೇರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಶರೀರ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ. These are all experiences that are happening on a day-to-day basis itself, Alok. You don't really have to wait for you to pass away for you to experience hell or heaven, right? So hell or heaven is happening right now. If you're comfortable right now, you're in a peaceful state of mind, you're technically in heaven only. So how different would you expect heaven to be? Last week Priyanka and I the baby, we were in Scotland, right? So some of the most scenic beauties are jagak hodvi. Okay, so the unimaginable beauty era mountain ranges alla we visited. Okay, but at the same time ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾರಿಗೋ ಒಬ್ರಿಗೆ I'm just being very ಓಪನ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಅರ್ಜೆಂಟ್ ಆಯಿತು ಬಟ್ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಸಿಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. Right? I'm in the most beautiful possible place on one of the most beautiful possible places on earth, but toilet urgent ಆಯಿತು, ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಸಿಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. It was hell. That same place which we considered was like, wow, this is like paradise, man, ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದ ಜಾಗ became hell because we didn't get a toilet on time. Yeah, I hope you're getting the point, right? So that experience of discomfort itself becomes your hell now. You don't really need to wait for you to pass away for you to experience a hell or a heaven, right? So a yatana sharira, idan now the Alok enagutta, I mean the more we read these things, the more my mind keeps getting conditioned with fear. The whole
Very
purpose of Garuda Purana was to instill discipline. ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಭಯ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇರಲಿ ಜನರಿಗೆ. ಈ ಥರ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೆದರ್ಸಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಏನೋ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಲಿವ್ ವೆರಿ ಇನ್ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇಟ್ ಕೇಮ್ ಅಪ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ
actually if you read the Garuda Purana, so one type of if you commit one type of different types of errors commit ಮಾಡಿ different types of hells ಇದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ.
So that the punishment is what you will experience now only. It's not after you die. That's my understanding so far. I mean, we can debate about this a lot, right? ಸೊ ಕುಂಭಿ ಪಾಕಂ ಅಂತ ಕೂಪಂ ನಾವು ಈ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅನಿಯನ್ ಮೂವಿಲಿ ನೋಡಿರೋ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು, ಸಮ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಮೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ದಟ್ ಮೂವಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅನಿಯನ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಮೂವಿ, ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮೂವಿ. So all these experiences, for me to go get my body burnt in burning oil or whatever, ನನ್ನ ಬಾಡಿನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಯಾತನ ಶರೀರ ಅನ್ನೋದು it is not subject to physical conditions. So then there is a non-physical oil out there which will burn your non-physical body, right? I hope you are getting my point.
Yeah, but the person can only feel the pain, and until his time is up in that particular hell, he will be there only, and
so
he
that
will be...
time is not out, is after you die, is what I'm trying to tell you. You
Yes,
experience it now only. Okay, once the moment you are inside a physical body is when pain starts. Okay, so once you're out of the body, then there's no pain, there's no concept of pain. Okay, so yatana sharira antala helodu, these are all conceptualizations of your state of mind.
Hypothetical anta you mean to say?
Hypothetical ಅಂತನೂ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈಗೇನು ಹೇಳೋದು, ಫಾರ್ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಈಗ ಅಂಧ ಯಾವುದದು this fellow, there is this, ನೀನು ನೋಡಿದಲ್ವಾ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ಅನಿಯನ್ ಮೂವಿ ನೋಡಿದಲ್ವಾ ನೀನು?
No.
Oh, you have not seen that. You should see that.
Split personality.
Split, yeah, the guy has multiple personalities. And Vikram has done a fantastic acting in that movie. Onion, and the Aniyan, Onion. It's in Tamil, then it came in every other language. Telugu, Aparichitudu, anta bantu. Hindi, Aparichit, anta bantu. You can watch any one of those. They're beautifully shown. Okay. So there is one scene, if I can explain. There is one guy who is the food contractor for the railways. ಓಕೆ ಅವನ ಹೆಸರು ಚೊಕ್ಕಲಿಂಗಂ ಅಂತ ಅವನ ಹೆಸರು. ಸೊ ಹೀಸ್ ದ ಫುಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ರೈಲ್ವೇಸ್. ಸೊ ರೈಲ್ವೆಗೆ ಟ್ರೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೋ ಅವ್ರು ಫುಡ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇವನ್ ಕೇಟರಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ಸಿಂದ ಬರೋದು ಅವನು. ಓಕೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಇಮಾರಲ್ ಗೈ. ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಇದಿಲ್ಲ, ಜನರಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಫುಡ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕನ್ನೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಯಾರಿಟಿ. ಹಿ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಮನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಸೀನಲ್ಲಿ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅವನದು ಕಿಚನ್ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ದರ್ ಆರ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಕುಕಿಂಗ್, ಸಾಂಬಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಡ್ರಮ್ಸಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ವರ್ಕರ್ ಹೂ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಹಿಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈ ಸೇಸ್, ಸರ್ ಸಾಂಬಾರ್ ಪಾತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಲಿಸರ್ಡ್ ಬಿದ್ದುಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಸರ್, ಏನು ಮಾಡಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಹಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿದ್ದುಬಿಡ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ನಾನು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಬಿದ್ದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಯ್ಯ, ನೀನು ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೋ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ನಾನು. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ he is not worried about it. He is not worried about that people will get hurt or something. He is not worried. Okay. So then this onion, he sort of communicates to his own self. So there is he has three personalities. Vikram has three personalities in the movie. One as a very very disciplined lawyer. He's a lawyer. Onthara full ಸಾಧು ಅನ್ನೋ, ಏನು ಕೆಟ್ಟದೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದರ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ he becomes Yama. ಫುಲ್ ಒಂಥರ ಕೂದಲೆಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು he becomes inhuman strength ಬಂದುಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ ವೆರೈಟಿ he's a lover boy. He's a very very flashy the Remo ಅಂತ his character. He's in love with a girl. To impress her, he becomes like a very very charming guy ಥರ. Okay. So now this frustrated lawyer personality, he writes an email to himself. He doesn't know whom he's writing to. He writes an email to Onion. Onion is that character where he becomes Yama when he's angry, extremely angry. And this extremely angry version reads that email and he goes and solves that issue. ಏನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗ್ತದ್ರೆ he goes and solves it according to Garuda Purana. Okay. So he goes to this railway station where that contractor is there, and ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ದರ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ he gets that Chokkalingam, that main contractor for that food. ಓಕೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ. ಅವ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಸರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹಂಡ್ರೆಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ, ನಾನು ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಸಾಂಬಾರು ಪಾತ್ರೆ ಹೋದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ನನಗೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿ ಟ್ರೈಸ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್. ಸೊ ಬಟ್ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕನ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಹಿ ಗೋಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಬೈ ಗರುಡ ಪುರಾಣ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಬಾಯ್ಲ್ಸ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬಾಯ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ವೇರ್ ದೇ ಮೇಕ್ ಚಿಕನ್ ಫ್ರೈ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವನನ್ನು, ನೀನು ಚಿಕನ್ 65 ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ, ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ಚೊಕ್ಕನ್ 65 ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಚೊಕ್ಕಲಿಂಗಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹಿ ಬಾಯ್ಲ್ಸ್ ಹಿಮ್ ದೇರ್. ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಕುಂಭಿ ಪಾಕಮ್. ಕುಂಭಿ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪಾಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪಾಕಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಬಾಯ್ಲ್ ಅಂತ, ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಬಾಯ್ಲ್ಸ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫ್ರೈಸ್ ಹಿಮ್. ಓಕೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ದ ಮೂವಿದಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಹೌ ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಕ್ರೇಜ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಗರುಡ ಪುರಾಣ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್. ದಿಸ್ ಮೂವಿ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಗಾಟ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್, ಐ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಇನ್ 2006 ಬಂತು ಈ ಮೂವಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಿ ಯು ಸಿಲಿದ್ದ ನಾನು ಆಗ. ಫುಲ್ ಜೋಶ್ ನಮಗೆ, ಹೆಂಗಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ಗರುಡ ಪುರಾಣ ಓದಲೇಬೇಕು ನಾನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಗರುಡ ಪುರಾಣ, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಮಿ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಗರುಡ ಪುರಾಣ. ನಾನು ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಆಶ್ರಮ ಲೈಬ್ರರಿಲಿ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಮೆಂಬರ್, ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ
it should be read only when there's a death in the family ಅಂತ they say.
ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ. ಅದೇನು ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಯು ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಐ went to the Ramakrishna Ashrama library looking for this book. Okay. I was 16 or 17 years old, right? So I had seen this movie. ಈ ಮೂವಿ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಫುಲ್ ಜೋಶ್ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ನಂಗೆ ಹೆಂಗಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡಿ ಗರುಡ ಪುರಾಣ ಓದ್ಬೇಕು ನನಗೆ ಅಂತ. ಅವಾಗ ಬೇರೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ ಟು ಗೋ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಐ ವೆಂಟ್ ಟು ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಆಶ್ರಮ ಲೈಬ್ರರಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಗೆ ಪರಿಚಯ ಅವರೊಬ್ಬರು ಸತೀಶ್ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರ ಲೈಬ್ರರಿನೊಬ್ರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಐ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಹಿಮ್, ಸತೀಶ್ ಅವರೇ ನನಗೆ ಗರುಡ ಪುರಾಣ ಬೇಕು ನನಗೆ ಅಂತ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಹಿ ಲುಕ್ಡ್ ಎಟ್ ಮಿ, ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಈ ಥರ ಮೂವಿ ನೋಡಿದೆ ನಾನು, ಫುಲ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದುಬಿಡಿದೆ, ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್ ದ ಬುಕ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಸೆಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇರಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ನೀವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬರ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಹುಡುಕಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಐ ವೆಂಟ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಐ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಗರುಡ ಪುರಾಣ ಅಂತ. ಹಿ ಸೆಡ್, ಇಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಓಕೆ. You won't believe it, for about 3 months he didn't give me the book. He said, I'm searching. ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದಾಗ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. 3 ತಿಂಗಳು he didn't give me the book. Okay. Then I was close enough with him where I could actually get into the reception desk ಏನೋ ರಿಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೆಲವು ಸಲ ಅವ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರೆ or if he's gone out and if there is some library member who's coming to renew the book, I could do it for them, right? I go inside the reception desk one day when he's not there and the Garuda Purana is under the desk jaga space iruttalla alle ide adu. For 3 months he purposely hid the book whenever I went. ನಾನು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವಾಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇವನಿಗೆ ಸಿಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಚ್ಚಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಅದನ್ನು. ನಾನು ಅವ್ರ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದರು, ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದೆ, ಸತೀಶ್ ಅವರ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಬುಕ್ ಅದು ಗರುಡ ಪುರಾಣ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಅದು ಕೊಡಿ ನೀವು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹಿ ಟುಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮೀ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈ ಸೆಡ್, ನೀವು ಒಂದು 60-65 ವರ್ಷ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗೋ ತನಕಲ್ಲೇ ಇದನ್ನು ಮುಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೂ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡಿ ನೀವು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಓದಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದೆ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಯಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್. There's so much you need to still learn, so much you need to experience, you need to become a father, you need to become multiple things ಇದೆ. ನೀವು ಇವಾಗ ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಅದು ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೀವು ಇವಾಗ ಓದಬೇಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಓಕೆ, ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅ 17-year-old teenager do? ಓದ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಐ ಡಿಡ್ ಇಟ್. ಐ ವೆಂಟ್, ಅವ್ರು ನೀವು ಕೊಡಲ್ವಾ, ನಾನು ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಹುಡುಕ್ತೀನಿ ಬಿಡಿ ಅಂತ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಐ ಕೇಮ್ ಹೋಮ್. ಐ ವೇಟೆಡ್ ಫಾರ್ 3 days ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡೆಡ್. ಇವಾಗ ಅಂದರೆ 3 seconds ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಗರುಡ ಪುರಾಣ PDF ಅಂತ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಸಿಕ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಹಾಕಿ 3 days ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಬುಕ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್.
ಬಟ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಗರುಡ ಪುರಾಣ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡೆಡ್ does not have the entire Garuda Purana. Okay, that is for your information. Why I am telling you this? Garuda Purana, why they tell this is, usually it is read in the house where a death has happened.
Yeah, that's what Alok mentioned now.
So, yeah. So then what happens is, only when there is death in the family, those 10 days everybody is supposed to be in grief and sitting quiet. So to give them a manana of what is Vairagya, Garuda Purana is read in the house. When my dad died, that was the first time I heard the Garuda Purana. Till that time I also didn't know anything about Garuda Purana.
No, but the thing was, correct, when I downloaded the book and when I started reading it, I don't remember sleeping for the next 5 days.
Yeah, it is not easy because everything you do is like you're in one lake.
Everything is a papa.
Yes.
If somebody asks you for water and you didn't give him water, then you will suffer something in hell. Somebody was hungry and you didn't give them food, then you will suffer this thing in hell. ನಾನು ಯಾರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೋ ಏನೋ ಚಿಂತನೆ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, then you'll go to hell. I looked at this person and thought like this, I will go to hell. ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಫುಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ ಸಫರಿಂಗ್ ಏನೇ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನು ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಮನೆ ಆಚೆನೆ ಹೋಗೋದು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ. ನನಗೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ everything that I'm doing is
and that is one of the most impactful books, which is why they don't allow. That fellow was so right in not giving you the book because he didn't want you to get disturbed, because once you get mentally disturbed in this, then you can't live in this world.
Correct. Right? So
it's quite difficult.
I'm thinking neuroscientifically, right? Ignorance is bliss ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋ ತಪ್ಪನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡೇ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ನಾನು, right? And I don't know that what I did was wrong or I should not have done this, regret, guilty consciousness ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. This book Garuda Purana gives you a lot of fear. It is supposed to give you discipline, but in this life that we are living, in the modern life, with the sort of relationship dynamics that's happening now, it gives you a lot of fear. ಸಖತ್ ಭಯ ಹುಟ್ಟಿಸ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ.
ಆ ಫಿಯರ್ ಲಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಜಪಗಳಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಜಪಗಳು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ದಟ್ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಫುಲ್ಲು ಬೇರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಆ 13 days 14 days ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗವರ್ನ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪಿತೃಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ. ಯು ಆರ್ ಗವರ್ನ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಕವಚ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ, which is the reason why that immediate family can listen, will be able to listen to this.
I mean these are very debatable topics. So if you are and you are going to be a party very soon, so let's hope, right? So so now 50 years from now, okay, when let's imagine Anagha or Anjana has a baby, and 50 years from now or 100 years from now, when your grandchild is about maybe some 35-40 years old, okay, some astrologer says, I mean, you are not there 50 years from now, and I'm just saying hypothetically, okay, and there is this astrologer who says, okay, we'll hope for your long healthy life. So there is an astrologer who tells Anaga or Anjana that ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಿತೃದೋಷ ಇದೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿಯವರು ಸಮಾಧಾನವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಏನೋ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಏನೋ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪೆಂಡ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್. Do you think in whatever form that you are, whether you are in the Yatana Sharira or your actual Sharira or Swarga or Naraka, will you do something bad for your grandchild? Will you wish or do something for your grandchild?
You won't, but you know what happens? This is where they in your conscious self you will not do. But if you are in suffering, suppose you are suffering, okay, in that middle state of Pitru, where you're neither Pitru nor you're in Preta state, suppose. And suppose I am in Preta state and nobody has done anything for me for the usual obsequies. You might say this is believable, not believable, all this is different topic. But the point is, it is believed and it has been time tested that the soul travels in this particular fashion after death. Okay, that's been proven many times by many sages in many books in our smritis. So what shrutis or smritis? But what happens is here, when the soul is not happy, what will happen when it's not being fed? That particular time when it is supposed to be fed, it has to be taken care of. If it does not happen, inadvertently, without their wanting to do it also, that curses will fall out.
Feed paranama, that's what I'm asking. Your body is not there. Where will it go get digested? I know if I'm giving you, for example, the pinda I'm placing, rava or whatever rice. Where is it going to go? Is it going to go through your esophagus and tummy and get digested there?
It's not like that. It gets transmitted into havis.
So
see what happens, like devas are taking, the ahuti, like that the pitras will take through crow, through other beings, they will it gets transmitted to them. It may not be in our anna form. It will not be in that form.
Exactly.
It will be in another form, which is like your computer language, Can it understand ABC? No. You have to do that 1010, that bytes. Then only that fellow will understand what is happening. I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about my time.
I sort of agree with that.
So the language is different. The temperament is different. The plane is different. So when the plane is different, it's nothing connected to our earthly plane. So it is transmitting from the earth plane.
Then the dosha also should not work, Alya. The Pitru dosha should not work on the physical plane here.
When the food is, see, the thing is, when it will work, it's all anyway energy. That is the common medium. Energy, the vibrant energy which is there, negative energy, positive energy is the common medium. Full all over the universe. Whether it is, the energies are common medium. So that energy will get transmitted. Like that, when you do the Pitra thing, when you do the Pinda, everything, when you do it in a proper fashion every year, every time, when it has to be done, whoever has to do it, when I do it, that effect will be nullified, it's over.
Okay.
And it is also not true that you don't know how long your father or we are going to be in the Pitru Loka. Nobody knows. For all you know, you would have got moksha and you have gone also. But that's why one whole generation they do this Shraddha. One whole lifetime they do. So that in case
what is happening, that Shraddha, we discussed this in one of the beginning sessions also. If I'm doing the Shraddha to my ancestors saying, Ayyo, ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಇದೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ತಲೆನೋವು ಇದೊಂದು ಮಾಡಿ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ will it work? Right?
No, it won't have that effect.
Deciding the phala. So getting back to Deepa's questions she asked yesterday, can you please discuss about karma and thing once again ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ, the phala ನಾನು ಸಿನ್ಸಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಾ ಮಾಡಲ್ವಾ? Even now I am very very skeptical about getting homas done in the house, right? So because there was a movie scene also, saying there is this guy who wants the purohitar, he wants to do multiple homas because he wants to buy a silk saree for his wife. Okay, so his purpose of doing the homa was...
One minute. This is all one way of looking at it, in the sense, what the priest is doing with the money, what is his intention, all that doesn't have any connection. When you are doing with your sincere heart, even if you are not able to do this, you go to the temple nearby, one Raghavendra temple, and put food for some 5 brahmanas and do that sankalpa and close. With your whole heart, if you do, that's more than enough. You don't have to do the home at home. But if you are doing a Gana home at home, if you are doing an Ayushram at home for the child, whatever, the effects of that will definitely affect the whole house.
Correct. The
The
point I'm coming
vibrations
back
in the
to
house
again
will
is,
change.
so the fourth column that I put in the Excel sheet that I started explaining in the last session about karma, when you have action, intention, and then you have the result, right? So what is my intention when I'm doing it, and how am I feeling? How am I feeling at the end of it? Is all that matters. Is my understanding. I can be wrong.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
is true. When the moment you are feeling peaceful after you do that, that karma has been done properly. The moment you are disturbed after doing that, by getting involved in what the priest is doing and what is his intention, if you are getting into that, then you are going to be unhappy. No matter how beautifully that fellow
Correct.
does
So
the
how
mantra.
does it matter how happy or unhappy I
Everything is
am?
only starting from you and ending in you only, Rahul.
Exactly.
It
The
doesn't go anywhere else.
Pitrus, according to me, is my feeling only. My Pitrus are my feelings.
I
My
agree.
Pitrus are
But
not
it is
the
your
energies,
feelings,
put
your
to curse me.
connections, your connection from your source is what your pitra. Your source is what your pitras are.
I think
From where
Deepaswami,
you
you've had your
come.
hand raised for a long time.
Please, please. I can go on top.
Actually, my question was when we were discussing about Advaita Vedanta and one consciousness that is present in all of us, and how we consider ourselves as that supreme conscious. ಅದು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಪಿತೃಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ I'll go to that question, but I'll just share what I felt when we're talking about Pitrus. If even if say some astrologer comes and says that ಪಿತೃಗಳ ಶಾಪ ಅದು ಇದು ನೀವು ಹಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ, ಪಿತೃಗಳ ಶಾಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಿತೃಗಳು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. Whatever you have to do to get rid of the shapa, it's you who is doing it. So it again boils down to whether I'm trying to become a better version of myself. Of course, it depends on what I do. Or ಹೇಳೋ ಪೂಜೆ ವಿಧಿ ವಿಧಾನಗಳೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನ, ಅಥವಾ ನಾನು ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ಲಿ am I trying to become a better person. Even when it comes to Advaita, my question was that if somebody who is two questions. If somebody has gotten moksha, what do that mean? What do they actually do? Compared to a person who has not received moksha. For all of us, we are in that journey to receive moksha.
Yeah.
Somebody who has gotten moksha, or ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? First question. Second question, if I consider one supreme consciousness ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, if I have to believe in Advaita and become that, I do certain things. I perceive certain things. I decide my actions. I decide my thought process. Nan intentions ella nan change ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. When I reach that state, maybe there's another supreme consciousness I don't know about. So each stage we are trying to become a better version of ourselves, and maybe somebody who has attained moksha also has something better to do, to not maybe become a better version of themselves, but to make the entire world better. So what does a person who has received moksha do?
A person who's received moksha, the liberation so-called, is the person who is the Sthita Prajna, as per the Bhagavad Gita. If you become a Sthita Prajna, that means you live every moment for each moment, completely, fully and truly, without going to either the past or the future. If you are able to live in that present moment completely, next moment, like that, if you are able to live, then you have attained liberation. That means whether there is somebody dying in front of you, whether somebody is praising you, whether somebody is putting you down, whether somebody is hitting you, whether somebody is not hitting you, whether somebody is loving you, somebody is hating you, it does not make one iota of difference to you. Such a person is a liberated soul. That is why the example of Veda Vyasa is given. When Vedavyasa
the
walked, then
purpose of their
Shuka.
What
No,
is
no, the example
purpose
is
of
given
their-
only so that you understand. So what happens? The Shuka Maharshi, this one, no, he was Vedavyasa's son. So all the ladies there was a pond, there was a river, and the ladies were all bathing. So when Vedavyasa went past, all of them covered themselves. Okay, when Maharishi went across, they didn't bother at all. They just done, continuing with their path. So they when asked, one lady said, he's a realized soul. He doesn't get connected with all these things. He's just totally in a different plane. So this is liberation. So that is also, we are only talking from what hearsay. We don't know, we are not achieved that, so we really don't know. But that is the state which Bhagavad Gita mein Krishna talks about, the Sthita Prajna state, where you are equanimous at all times and living the moment, every moment as it is.
Yes.
This, I hope, I don't know if it answers your question, but this is what I have understood.
My question, yes, ma'am. My question was, if for us Vedavyasa is the stage, like it is, he is the, what do you call,
Ultimate.
benchmark.
the bar that we have to achieve. ನಮ್ಮ ದಾರಿ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, probably does Vedavyasa has another bar for him to go to?
See, actually, different faiths.
I have a small point to just add, before I forget, So, Deepu, in the question that you asked, there was a word you used, which is receive moksha. Okay, receive na replace ಮಾಡಿ, you have to replace it with the word realize, right? So it's a small replacement of the word. Okay, the understanding that I got through some gurus, is that you are in moksha, right? So you are, instead of realizing that ನನಗೆ ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ, we are forgetting ನಂಗೆ ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. That is what is happening, right? So for me to, I am permanently in moksha, but I'm forgetting that by associating myself with the body mind intellect complex.
Here, Guruji used to say, when Gurudev, Chinmayananji used to say, you're standing at the top of the mountain, and you can see the entire panorama from that side, and you know that you are there and you know everything, but you have kept your eyes closed. So how do you achieve it? So something like that.
Can I say something?
Yeah, please.
So, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೀಪು ಅಕ್ಕ ಕೇಳಿದ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ, moksha is the ultimate bar anta, as she said. It's not, what I understand is, it's not level. It's the example that works best for me is in Kena Upanishad, or I'm not sure, they say knowing what one thing, you'll know everything else. ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So the answer that they give is, of course, the para apara ಎರಡು ವಿದ್ಯೆ, and the para vidya, that's the parabrahmana, whatever. So it's like, let's take an example of wood. So wood is parabrahman or moksha, or whatever we classify, if we say that. So, and what exists is a chair, a table, a small wooden toy, a slightly larger wooden toy. So ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾರ್ ಅಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲದು ವುಡ್ಡೇ. Everything is wood. The chair is wood, the table is wood, the toy is wood. So that is moksha. What is moksha is the chair realizing that actually everything is wood, but it's associating itself as to being the chair. Now, when it comes to us and Vedavyasa, the difference, maybe the difference is, Vedavyasa is a huge table that harbors thousands of small wooden toys like us, but all of us are wood itself. So there's no bar there. It's just realizing that everything is wood at the end, something like that.
Good, very good. I like the example. So I think the question that the Deepu asked, what does a realized person do, right? When you are not the body, and when you are not the mind, and when you're not the intellect, what do? That is what the realized person does. Okay, the moment you iga neenu, when are you not the body, mind and intellect, right? The question, ಈಗ ನಂಗೆ ಮಣ್ಣ ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ದ, ವೆರಿ ಕ್ರೂಡ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ದಟ್ ಹಿ ಆಸ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಸರಿನಾ, ನಂಗೆ ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಬಂತು, ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ವಾ ನಾನು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ದ. ಓಕೆ, ವಿಲ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮೀ, ನನ್ನ ಬಾಡಿ ಏನೋ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತಾ, ನಾನು ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆಯಿಂದ ನಂಗೆ ಊಟ ಬೇಡವಾ ನನಗೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಸೊ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದ ಆಫೀಸ್, ಸ್ವೈಪ್ ಇನ್ ಸ್ವೈಪ್ ಔಟ್. ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಬಂತು, ಬಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಐ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ?
So why this example works is because once the chair realizes it's wood, it still is the chair only.
It still is the chair, exactly.
It's still the chair, but it just knows now that I am wood and everything else is wood. That's
Very
the
nice,
idea.
very nice. So ಈಗ do you see, this is the whole process of dismantling the identity that we have, right? So ನನಗೆ ನರಸಿಂಹ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ ಅಂತ a guru that I had, he calls it drop your biodata ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು. So he's a drop your biodata. So everything that I've written on my CV, my actual CV, is something to do with my body, mind or intellect. Okay. ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಈಗ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಮೋನಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೈಲಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಮೈ ನೇಮ್ ಇಸ್ ರಾಹುಲ್ ರವೀಂದ್ರನ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ 5 feet 11 inches tall, that is a reference to my body. I am an MBA graduate ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, that is with reference to my intellect. I know I like these things, I believe these things, that's a reference to my mind. ಸೊ ಆ ಫುಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೈಲ್ನ ನಾನು ಡಿಸ್ಮ್ಯಾಂಟಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನು ತೆಗೆದು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಉಳಿದಿರುತ್ತೆ? That would be the state of moksha which you truly are, right? And that state happens in either when you are in deep sleep, when you are not dreaming, because in your deep non-dream sleep allidaga you don't have a body, you don't have mind, you don't have intellect there. It happens in death. Once you're dead, you don't have a body, you don't have a mind, you don't have intellect. Or it can happen in samadhi. In samadhi also you don't have a body or mind or intellect. So what are you doing in your deep sleep, or what are you doing in your death, or what are you doing in your samadhi? ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀಯ ಅವಾಗ ನೀನು? You're just being there. It's just there. So I am, I am ಅಷ್ಟೇ. I am sleeping, I am eating, there is no fill in the blanks. It stops. I am, full stop. I am ಅಷ್ಟೇ. So that is what a moksha-fied person experiences, that I am ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ಈಗ I am there, I am here. ಇವಾಗ I was telling Priyanka also recently, ಈಗ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೌ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ವ ನಾವು, ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೌ, ರೈಟ್? ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್, ದ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೌ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಹರ್, ಇಫ್ ಐ ಪಿಕ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಅ ಬಾಲ್, ಈಗ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಈಗ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ನಾನು. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಾನು ಈ ಒಂದು ಬಾಲ್ ನಾನು ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಐ ಥ್ರೋ ಇಟ್ ಅಪ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ 1 second ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಡೌನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಸೇ ಐ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಬಾಲ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಕಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸಿ ಒಂದು ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ಸಿಕ್ತು, ನಾನು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಗೋತೀನಿ, ಐ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಇಟ್. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಇಟ್ ಟುಕ್ 1 second ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ಟು ಫಾಲ್ ಆನ್ ಮೈ ಪಾಮ್. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ವೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ನೌ? ಈಗ ನಾನು ಹಿಂಗೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿತ್ತು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ಟುಕ್ 1 second ಟು ಫಾಲ್. ಓಕೆ. ಬಟ್ in essence, I've just opened it right now. The Earth, right, is traveling around the Milky Way at about 4,47,000 miles per hour. That's about 200 kilometers per second. Okay. Earth is traveling at about 200 kilometers per second. So nanu 1 second, if I drop this chocolate, okay, this point that I'm holding here was 200 kilometers away. So this chocolate actually didn't fall here and now, it fell 200 kilometers away. Okay. Can you throw this chocolate 200 kilometers ದೂರ ಬಿಸಾಕಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ ನಿಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ನಾವು? Just hold it up and just drop it, and you have actually thrown the chocolate 200 kilometers away. Does it make sense? Okay. So the earth is traveling at constant speed, so there is no here. Because even the moment you say here and finish the word, you have traveled 200 kilometers. Here ಹೊಟ್ಟೋಯ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ. Okay. So now ಇಲ್ಲ. So now also, because according to the laws of physics, space and time are constantly expanding. So for me to say I'm here right now ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇವೆರಡರದ್ದು ಆ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್, ಲಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸಿಂದ ನಾನು ಆಚೆ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ವೆನ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಆನ್ ಅ TV screen, when I am out of it is when I am able to dissociate from the laws of physics and say I am Brahman. I am the observer, the consciousness. I am being conscious. So our consciousness, what is the person doing anta kelidre? The person is not doing anything at all. The person doesn't sort of exist. It's only that observation that is existing there. when you're forgetting that you're observing and when you associate with one role. Okay, I am Deepa, I am a wife. I am Deepa, I am a mother. I am Deepa, I am a sister-in-law, a brother-in-law, a daughter-in-law. When you're associating with yourself is when you're doing something. If you're not associating with anything, you're not doing anything. So the answer to your question, what is a realized person doing when the person is realized, is not doing anything. He or she is not doing anything. Nothing is happening. Right. So I think that is one part of the question that you asked. I don't know if that answered. What does that answer the main question you had? In second question, Aditya. Okay.
It answered my question. It was ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ ಅರ್ಥನೂ ಆಯ್ತು. Practical ಆಗಿ ನಾನು when now that I know that not associating myself with any role, becoming one with the observation and the observer, becoming one ಅನ್ನೋದು is something that I know.
Correct.
Is something that I've not experienced.
So
is something that I've not realized.
You believe. I mean, it is still something that you just know. Yeah, it is still knowledge.
Yeah, I know, I believe. Maybe I want to become that, or inevitably some years down the line or some janmas down the line, maybe I'll become that or whatever. But practically, to lead the life ega, how do we apply the principles of Advaita? Okay, if I have to become that, I have to become also a better version of myself. ಈಗ ರಶ್ಮಿ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ವುಡ್ ನಾನ್ ವುಡ್ ಅಂತ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ನಾನ್ ಚೇರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಇವಾಗ. ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ವುಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಆ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸದಿಂದ ಹೊರಗ್ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್?
ನಾನ್ ಚೇರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ನಾನು.
I was saying the same thing. When you realize it's all wood, you say this is a chair. You not say I am the chair. Something like you just completely separate yourself from the existence of the chair itself. The chair may be existing or whatever, but you have completely separated yourself from being the chair. You don't even think in one possible way that you are this body and mind and work. Actually, in the Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna tells the same thing. When Arjuna says, I don't want the war and I better take sannyasa or whatever, Krishna says, no, you have to fight. So what he's saying is, that's what it's showing, that war of our life or whatever. It's a war or it's a sweet journey or whatever it is, that you don't, I mean, moksha doesn't mean going into the Himalayas and meditating.
Exactly.
So it is staying here and you realizing that I'm not 1% this body and mind, but you do everything possible with the body and mind. That is the highest level of, functioning in the world with that realization. Something like that.
Talking is very easy on this. We can talk for 10 hours and you won't come for any conclusion. The point here is, you are all telling correctly and very beautifully, everybody is talking. But here what I would like to add here, one little thing. The moment you start connecting with the real inner self that you have, which is the true you, okay, the light within you, the divinity within you, the energy within you, the whatever you can call it, the God within you, the Guru within you, whatever. So that factor, the moment you start connecting with that factor and then operate in the world outside, you will take your first step towards evolvement, towards liberation. How? Every time I connect, for example, a mother and child. When the mother is so totally connected to that child, she knows every movement of the child. Many of you are mothers here. So when you, or fathers, whatever, when you see one moment the child changes color itself, something is disturbed, the child, the mother will know. That is the kind of connect. When the child cries also, he cries in a particular fashion, the mother knows this is for hunger, this is for sleep, this is for whatever. How? Because her connect with that child is so supreme. Once the child becomes big, that connect goes little by little. I am telling when the child is small. So what happens as a parent? What happens to us? We are so connected. The child is feeling little uncomfortable. It is seen in the face. The mother will know immediately. Nothing. She will make one kashaya and give the child, whether anybody asks or not. I am saying this point. Similarly, we need to connect in the same fashion with our real self through
So
meditation.
she's asking, Ma. So I think the question she's asking is how I need to connect.
That's what I'm telling you. That is exactly what I'm telling you. So the way every moment of the day, if you're able to connect with that real self of yours and operate in the world outside, you have to
what
do.
is the real self? What is the real self?
The real self is the energy within you, the divinity within you, which is above the body, the mind, the intellect.
So how do I
Or
realize?
the
I mean, so now we're having a very nice discussion. Tell me now what am I supposed to do now?
Now, for example, when you're sitting and meditating, for example, I'm giving you a thing. When you're meditating, for example, when you sit and meditate, do you know you're a man or a woman or anything? You don't know. Your connect is only with either your breath or with your inner divine light or whatever you say. You're sitting quietly in meditation, your mind is relaxed, your body is relaxed, your entire system is relaxed, and your heart is connected with that divine source. And then slowly but surely, you come to a nothing state where there are no thoughts. I don't know if you have experienced that when you sit in meditation. First, your mind will go into. I'm giving you 1 minute. Mind will go into different ideas. So many things that you have not done. It will run amok into 100 directions. But slowly but surely, it will come down. The number of thoughts reduce if you do it on a consistent basis. Everything is with consistency and how many years you do it.
Correct.
How long you do.
Correct.
If you are able to sit for half an hour every day, that's a great thing. Slowly, once you do that, you are able to sit down. For example, music only, Rahul. If you take that's also divine. Now that you cannot call it as, I'm not calling this as an example. I'm just saying, because of your connect with music, morning, evening, afternoon, night, you are with your music, with whether you are looking after Dev or whether you are talking to Priyanka. You are in connect with your music.
Correct.
Can you be like that? If you are like that, that means you're living, dying, and breathing music, which only means the same way for a Raghavendra, like for any of these realized souls, all through the day, all through the night, they are connected with their real self.
Correct.
And when they are connected with God, you give it a form, you give whatever. Each person, there are different. Meera, for example, she was connected with Krishna all the time. Krishna, 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 only all the time. But she was roaming around in the world outside. She was doing everything that was required in the world outside. This is exactly the liberated state. So this liberated state, for us to reach, we have to practice our connection with the inner self every single day, every single minute. You might be cooking in the kitchen. You may be making milk for your child. You may be feeding your child. But you are connected with the real. That is where, like you said just now, that Arjuna was in the battlefield. He gave up, and what did Krishna want him to do? He wanted him to fight in a liberated state. So he doesn't get affected by the fact that they are his relatives across. All of that.
Correct. True. Yeah.
Does it answer your question in some way? I don't know whether I.
We'll get into. No, this is a very important question Deepu has asked. I think let us take actual very small steps that we can practically do. I like to practically.
Daily small steps is start meditating half an hour every day.
Yeah, meditation. Yeah, I'll listen to Ashwath. I think he's raised his hand, and then we'll go further.
Yeah.
Ashwath.
Yeah. So actually, all of you are talking about samadhi and the means of achieving samadhi or liberation, and also the experience of the person who is actually reached enlightened state. So maybe we can keep it as a project in the future. One of the most extensive explanation about samadhi and the ways to achieve samadhi is Patanjali Yoga Sutras.
Correct.
I was thinking about that.
I was just doing the content yesterday.
I think if we study that, we'll get a better understanding.
Yes.
Perfect. We'll definitely do that.
Very true, Ashwath. Very
ಸರಿ
true.
ಸರ್, ಖಂಡಿತ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅದನ್ನು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಗೇನ್ ದೀಪು, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಯು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲಿ. ಈಗ ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ನೀ ಎದ್ದೇಳಬೇಕು, ಹಲ್ಲು ಉಜ್ಜಬೇಕು, ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಕುಕಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ, ಇಮೋಷನಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೌ ಡು ಐ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮೈ ಇಮೋಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ವೆನ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಫ್ರೇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ನೇಮ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ಟೇಮ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, so you call it name it to tame it. So for the moment I'm experiencing an emotion, there is this difference between Indian languages and English. ಯಾವುದೋ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ನಾನು ನೆನಪಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸ್ಗೂ ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ಗೂ ದ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇಸ್, ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲ್, ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಡಿಸ್ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಯು ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಇಮೋಷನ್, ಬಟ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಮೇಕ್ಸ್ ಯು ದ ಇಮೋಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಖುಷಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವ,
ನಾನು
ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಟು ಮೀ ಅನ್ನೋ ನಾವು ಹೇಳೋದು ನಾವು. ಈಗ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗ್ರಿ, ನಾನು ಕೋಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ನನಗೆ ಸಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಥವಾ ನನಗೆ ಕೋಪ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ, ನನಗೆ ಕೋಪ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಸಿ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಇಮೋಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್. Okay, so Indian languages are actually spiritual. They help us towards spirituality. English actually makes you, gets you stuck. Okay, ಈಗ I am angry, I am happy, I am sad, I am tensed. Okay, ಈಗ I am tensed ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ನಂಗೆ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ವರ್ಡ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ, ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ನೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ನನಗೆ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅಥವಾ ನನಗೆ ಭಯ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನನಗೆ ಆತಂಕ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್. ನಾನು ಆತಂಕ, ನಾನು ಟೆನ್ಷನ್, ನಾನು ಭಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ದ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಇಮೋಷನ್, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ದ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಒನ್ಸ್, ಈವನ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ನೇಮ್ ವಾಟ್ ಆಮ್ ಐ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ರೈಟ್ ನೌ. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಕೋಪ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರತ್ತೆ, ಬಂದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಈಗ ನಾನು ಐ ಗೇವ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟನ. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಆ ಸಿಗ್ನಲಲ್ಲಿ 30 seconds ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ರೆಡ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 30, 29, 28 ಅಂತ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಫೆಲೋ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಹೈಂಡ್ ಮೀ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ಲಿ ಹಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಸರ್ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೋಗಿ ಸರ್ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ನು ಹಾರ್ನ್ ಹೊಡಿತಾನೆ ನಾನು. ನನಗೆ ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ನ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ನ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವನು ಹೆಲ್ಮೆಟ್ಟು ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಹಾರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಹೋಗಿ ಸರ್ ದಾರಿ ಬಿಡಿ ಹೋಗೋಣ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಅವನು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವು ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ಡ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗರ್, ಆರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗರ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್, ಅವ್ರು ನನಗೆ ಕೋಪ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಕೋಪ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಮತ್ತು ದಟ್ ಇಮೋಷನ್ ವಿ ಸ್ಲೋಲಿ ಸೆಪರೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಈವನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ Karthikeya did something beautiful and then you became very happy. Okay, and then you are not saying I am happy. Can you still consciously try and say I am experiencing happiness? ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೀನು ಮತ್ತು ಆ ಇಮೋಷನ್ ನೀನು ಸ್ಲೋಲಿ ನೀವು ಡಿಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂದರೆ, ಯು ಡೂ ದಿಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದು ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದ ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ಚಿತ್ತ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನಿಂಗ್, ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕಿಂಗ್, ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೇ ಹಾಯ್ ಮೈ ನೇಮ್ ಇಸ್ ರಾಹುಲ್, ಓಕೆ, ಯು ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ದ ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ಚಿತ್ತ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಮೀನ್ಸ್. ಮನಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಲೈಕ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಲೈಕ್ಸ್, ರೈಟ್, ಕಂಫರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಂಫರ್ಟ್ಸ್. ರಾಗದ್ವೇಷ ಇಸ್ ಮನಸ್. Okay, buddhi is your intellect, okay, using your knowledge and wisdom. Okay, chitta is your memory and ahankara is me and mine, nanu nannadu anna bhavane. Okay, so when I come and speak to you, when I say hi my name is Rahul ant helidre, who spoke?
Chitta and ahankara.
Chitta memory use ಮಾಡಿದೆ and ahankara use ಮಾಡಿದೆ. Okay, I am an MBA graduate, who spoke? Chitta. I'm remembering, I have to remember and say I work in a company called Mar Labs ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. Who spoke? Chitta. Okay, ಆ Mar Labs ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೋರಿಗೆ the name given to them is Martians ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಅ ಮಾರ್ಷಿಯನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಏನಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲಿ? ಐ ಆಮ್ ಅ ಮಾರ್ಷಿಯನ್, ಏನಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲಿ? ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಬಂತು. ಸೊ ಎವ್ರಿ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್, ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ದೋಸೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, you are probably you are telling this to your mother-in-law, ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ದೋಸೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಂತ you're saying. Who's speaking?
ಚಿತ್ತ ಅಹಂಕಾರ.
ನೀನು ದೋಸೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನೀನು ಹಿಂದಿನ ದಿನ ನೀನು ಹಿಟ್ಟು ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ಯಾ, ನಿನ್ನ ಮೆಮರಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಂಗೆ.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೋಸೆ is something that I've learned.
You've learned, yeah. ಇವಾಗ ದೋಸೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡೆ ನೀನು. ಸೊ ಯು ಮೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ವೀನಿಯಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡೂ. ಅಥವಾ ದೋಸೆ ಮಾಡೋ ಇಂಗ್ರೀಡಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ದೇರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಸೊ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಎವ್ರಿ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಐದರ್ ಮನ, ಬುದ್ಧಿ, ಚಿತ್ತ or ಅಹಂಕಾರ. ಓಕೆ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ದ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಆನ್ ದ ಬುದ್ಧಿ, ದ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್, ವಿವೇಕ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಿವೇಕ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೈರಾಗ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ದ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಯು ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ದಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಮೈ ಮನಸ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಪೋಕ್, this was my buddhi that spoke, this was my chitta or this was my ahankara, you separated. So what are you doing then? If it is your mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara that is speaking, then nee ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ? ನೀನಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಆರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅ ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಚಿನ್ಮಯಿ ಸೆಡ್, ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ವೇಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದಟ್ ಝೋನ್, ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಟು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಬಿ ರೆಡಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಸೇ ಓಕೆ ದಿಸ್ ಈ ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ಚಿತ್ತಾಹಂಕಾರನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಟೆಂಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿಯರ್ ಸೆಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಡನ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಸಂಬಡಿ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಯು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಯೋರ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸೈಡೆಡ್ ಟು ಮೀಟ್. ಓಕೆ, 2:30 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದುಬಿಡು ಅಂತ ನೀನು ಹೇಳಿರ್ತೀಯ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ವೇಟಿಂಗ್ ದರ್ ಅಟ್ 2:30. ದಿಸ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಟರ್ನ್ ಅಪ್. ಓಕೆ, ಏನು ಮೆಸೇಜು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕಾಲು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, 2:45 ಆಯಿತು, ಏನೂ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. 3 o'clock ಆಯಿತು, ನೋ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕಾಲ್. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ಯು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ನೌ? There can be anger, there can be tension. ಏನಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ, so there is one emotion that you're experiencing. Am I angry, or am I scared, or am I tensed, or am I experiencing anger? I am experiencing tension, I am experiencing this, So the process ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, in your practical life also you start becoming more solution oriented than problem oriented. Okay, are you focusing on the problem or are you focusing on the solution ಅಂತ? ಓಕೆ, ನಿನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ ಇವಾಗ? 2:45 ಆಯಿತು, 3 o'clock ಆಯಿತು, ನಿನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಡೂ? ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಲ್, ರೈಟ್? ಅದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬರ್ದೇ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ, ಹೌ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಶಿ ನಾಟ್ ಟರ್ನ್ ಅಪ್, ಹೌ ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆಡ್ ಮೀ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್? ಐ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಅ ಸರ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ಎಮೋಷನ್ಸ್. ಐ ಲೆಟ್ ಮೈ ಎಮೋಷನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮೀ. ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ಚಿತ್ತಾಹಂಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಕ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ನೀನು ಸ್ಟಕ್ ಆಗಿಬಾರ್ದೆ, ನಿನ್ನ ಬುದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ನಾನು ಅಂತ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಕೊಡೋದು ನಿಂಗೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಕೊಡೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಟೈಮ್ ದೇರ್. ಇನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಯು ಡಿಂಟ್, ನನಗೆ ಇವಳು ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವಳು 2:30 ಬರ್ತಾಳೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವಳು ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವಳು ನನಗೆ ಅವಳು ಕಂಡ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವಳು ಮಾಡಿದ ತಪ್ಪು. ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕಿಂಗ್? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮನಸ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕಿಂಗ್, ರಾಗದ್ವೇಷ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಐ ಡಿಂಟ್ ಡೂ ದಟ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್. ರಾದರ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಓಕೆ, ಶಿ ಡಿಂಟ್ ಟರ್ನ್ ಅಪ್, ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡೂ? ಪಿಕ್ ಅಪ್ ದ ಫೋನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಹರ್, ಆರ್ ಯು ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಯು ಪಿಕ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಯು ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಹರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಶಿ ಸೆಡ್, ಹೇ ಸಾರಿ ಕಡೆ, ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ನಾನು, ಮರ್ತೋಯ್ತು. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ಯು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ನೌ?
Oh my God.
ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಫ್ರಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಅಗೇನ್, ಆಮ್ ಐ ಫ್ರಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಆರ್ ಆಮ್ ಐ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್? ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಯು ಆರ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ಇಮೋಷನ್ಸ್, ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಈಸಿಯರ್ ಸೆಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಡನ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಸಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡನ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ನೀ ಮಾಡು, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದು ನೀವು ಫುಲ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಂದ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಸಿನ್ಸಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, there will be a position where you are not experiencing emotions instantly. On time gap ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. There is a time delay that happens between the incident and your what you are experiencing. On delay ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, and that delay is when you are the observer and you are remembering that you are actually realized and liberated. Okay, then instant when there is an emotion that is triggering me to act upon, and then the reaction ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಾನು, I am forgetting that I am not the observer and I am playing the drama. Like say, play the drama, don't become the drama ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಯು ಪ್ಲೇ ದ ರೋಲ್, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ದ ರೋಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಸೊ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಟುಮಾರೋ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್, ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್. ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರೀದಿಂಗ್, ಅದು ಸಿ ಯೋಗಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಅಶ್ವಥ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಹಠ ಯೋಗ ವೆರ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಈಗ ನೀನು ಫುಲ್ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀನೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಶೀರ್ಷಾಸನ ನೀನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೆ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೋ, ಶೀರ್ಷಾಸನ. ಅದು ಮಾಡೋ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ಸಂಜೆ ನಾನು ಬಿಸಿಬೇಳೆ ಭಾತ್ ಮಾಡಲ ಅಥವಾ ಚಿತ್ರಾನ್ನ ಮಾಡಲ ಅಂತ ನಿನಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ನಿನಗೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆನ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಆಸನ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಈಗ ನಾನು ವೆನ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅ ತೋಡಿ ಅವರ ಭೈರವಿ ರಾಗ, ನಾನು ಫುಲ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನಾನು ಹಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನಾನು ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಜೊತೆ ರಿವ್ಯೂ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಏನು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಚಿಂತನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೋಡಿ ಹಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ Alva? So that becomes Nada Yoga, and here for you, I mean, so Karma Yoga, whatever you want to take as a yoga, you are getting into a yoga, into a state where you're doing, 100% you're being involved there, focusing on the buddhi. ಮನ ಚಿತ್ತ ಅಹಂಕಾರನೇ ಈ ಸೈಡ್ಗೆ ಇಡ್ತಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಲೋಲಿ ನೀವು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ದೆನ್ ದೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಓಕೆ ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಅಸ್ ಅಟೆನ್ಷನ್, ಸರಿ ಬಿಡು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗೋಣ ಇವಳನ್ನ ಅಂತ ಮನ ಚಿತ್ತ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಸುಳಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನರಸಿಂಹ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿಯವರು ಅವರನ್ನು ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹಿ ಗೇವ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಫೀಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಫ್ಯೂಯಲ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್. ದ ಈಗೋ ಫೀಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಸೊ ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮೇ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ, ಏನಾದ್ರು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಬರ್ಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ನಾನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಹಿ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಥೀಫ್ ಹೂ ಗೋಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಅ ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್ ಹಾಲ್. ಓಕೆ. ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಥೀಫ್ ಹೂ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಅ ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್ ಹಾಲ್. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಅವನು ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ, ಹಿ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟೀಲ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್ ನಡೀತಾರ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಅವನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಸ್ಪಿಷಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರೋದನ್ನು ಹೆಣ್ಣಿನ ಕಡೆಯವ್ರು ಯಾರೋ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಸಮ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್. ಓಕೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಹಿ ಗೋಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಸ್, ನೀವು ಯಾರ ಕಡೆಯವರು, ನೀವು ಗಂಡಿನ ಕಡೆನಾ ಹೆಣ್ಣಿನ ಕಡೆನಾ ಅಂತ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅವನು ಹಿ ನೋಸ್ ದಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಹೆಣ್ಣಿನ ಕಡೆ. ಬೈ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಏನೋ ಕಾನ್ವರ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಓವರ್ ಹರ್ಡ್, ಸೊ ಹಿ ನೋಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಹೆಣ್ಣಿನ ಕಡೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಲೈಸ್ ಟು ಹಿಮ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್, ನಾನು ಗಂಡಿನ ಕಡೆ ಸರ್, ನಾನು ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹಿ ಟೆಲ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ. ಹೌದಾ ಅಂತ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರು ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಸ್ ದ ಗಂಡಿನ ಕಡೆಯವ್ರನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಯಾರೋ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಸ್ಪಿಷಿಯಸ್ ಅನಿಸ್ತು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆಯವರ ಅಂತ ಹಿ ಗೋಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಸ್ ದ ಗಂಡಿನ ಕಡೆಯವ್ರನ್ನ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಥೀಫ್ ಸೀಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್, ಹೋಗಿ ಎನ್ಕ್ವೈರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಡಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಡೂ ದೆನ್? ಓಕೆ. ಸೈಲೆಂಟಾಗಿ ಯಾರು ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಅ ಸೀನ್, ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಜಾಗ ಖಾಲಿ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ at that particular thought or the mind and ask, who are you? ಯಾವ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ಯಾ ನೀನು ಅಂತ ಬಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನರ್ವಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಬಂದುಬಿಡುತ್ತಂತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಫೆಲೋ ಇಸ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಮೀ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದ ಥಾಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಅ ಲಿಟಲ್ ನರ್ವಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೂವ್ಸ್ ಔಟ್, ಹೊಟ್ಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹೀ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನಿಂಗ್ ಮೀ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಟು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್, ವೇರ್ ಡಿಡ್ ಯು ಕಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್, ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಯು? ರೈಟ್. that anger or that sadness or happiness or whatever it is, when you start questioning who are you, where are you coming from, slowly that thought will, that particular emotion will dismantle and disappear. But it needs practice, right? So for that to happen, you need to meditate. ತಕ್ಷಣ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಟಕ್ಕಂತ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಆ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗಲೇ ಯು ಆರ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಸ್ಲೋಲಿ ಕಾಮ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಟು ಇವನ್ ಪಾಂಡರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏಕಚಿತ್ತ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ, ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ತ್ರಾಟಕ ಆರ್ ಬ್ರೆತ್ ವರ್ಕ್, ಪ್ರಾಣಾಯಾಮ, ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಯು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನೀನು ಯಾರಿಗೋ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್, that's the same question, when you are also conducting classes. Iga neenu Ashwath, you all conduct classes, right? So when you are imagine you are doing a yoga nidra session for somebody. Okay, you are giving the guided meditation instructions. Sincerely, when you are making the other person get into yoga nidra, you will not be thinking about, ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ಸಂಜೆ ರಾತ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಉಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡಲಾ ಅಥವಾ ಇದು ಮಾಡಲಾ ಅಂತ ನಿಂಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಬರೋಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಫರ್ಗೆಟ್ that you are Deepa, you are a wife, you are a mother, right? So all your associations will go away because you are 100% being an instructor there. You are only giving as a guru, you are giving instructions there alva. ನೀ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅದೇ ಏಕಚಿತ್ತ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಿಂದ when you are completely focusing on that task, ನಿನ್ನ associations will go away, your biodata will drop, right? I am an BNYS degree holder, I studied in Ujire, ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೊಟ್ಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಚಿನ್ಮಯ್ ಮಸ್ಟೆಡ್, ನೀನು ದೋಸೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲೂ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಬ್ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ಲಿ ಮೈಂಡ್ಫುಲಿ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಫರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಹೂ ಯು ಆರ್, ರೈಟ್? ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಫರ್ಗೆಟ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ದೀಪಶ್ರೀ, ಯು ಆರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ಫಾದರ್, ಡಾಟರ್. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಫರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈವನ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಪುಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ದೋಸಾ. ದಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಬುಚರ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಬುಚರ್ಸ್ ನೇಮ್, ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ? ಇಫ್ ಐ ಫರ್ಗೆಟ್ ದ ನೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬುಚರ್, ಧರ್ಮವ್ಯಾದ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಅವನು ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ, ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ಮ ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಚಾಪ್ ದ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸೆಲ್ ಇಟ್. ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿನಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಿಷ್ಠೆಯಿಂದ ಪಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿನಿ ನಾನು ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ವಿತ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್, ಕಾಂಟೆಂಪ್ಲೇಟ್, ದಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಯೋಗ.
That is another way of putting this. You beautifully explained it, Rahul. The only other thing which I would like to add over here is, yes, that is where the living in the now comes.
Correct.
So as you are walking down the stairs, if you are able to walk each step
mindfully,
that is the reason to come to this awareness, is why we do Adi Pradakshinam, Shayana Pradakshinam and all that in the temple, this helps a lot.
Yeah.
Because when you're doing Adi Pradakshina, you cannot think of anything except the next step.
Absolutely.
It's like that Narada with the oil in the head. So what happens, we need to be, once you're aware of every moment as it is, then you'll learn to connect with every moment you surrender. That is another way. Another way, Krishna says, Ma phaleshu kadachana, you just leave it to me. You just surrender to me. Means what? Every moment you think of him. You surrender to your child. That is the reason why you're so close to your child. Similarly, the child within you is with which you have to connect. And every moment, if you are connected at all moments, then you are in the liberated state. There is no need of going anywhere in this from this universe like Trishanku or anybody. Coming back to the topic, Rahul.
Correct. Absolutely.
I have one question.
Yes.
When we are doing, as you just said, when we are doing one work, like let's say dosa hakodo with focus, but the buddhi is still being exercised here, alva? Or adu it's not being exercised.
Exercise it. I mean,
Even
Viveka
exercise
plus
with the buddhi,
Vairagya.
yeah.
Viveka Chudamani Bukkalano, the two words that he focuses on, Viveka, for you to know what it is. And Vairagya is to detach from it. You know what it is, detach. Know what it is, detach. Know what it is, detach. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ನಾನು ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ದೋಸೆ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ತಿನ್ನುವಾಗ ಅವರು ಶಬಾಷ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನನಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಅಗೇನ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಫೀಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ದಟ್ ಈಗೋ ಮಸಾಜ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಸೊ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಅ ದೋಸೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸಿನ್ಸಿಯರಾಗಿ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅದನ್ನು ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಲೇಶು ಕದಾಚನ ಅದನ್ನು ತಿನ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನೀನು ಮಾಡು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಟು ಪುಟ್ ದ ದೋಸೆ ಇನ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ವೇ ಅದು ಆಸ್ಟ್ರೇಲಿಯಾ ಶೇಪಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂತು ಅಥವಾ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಆಯಿತಾ ಯಾವ ಶೇಪಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂತು
ಸರಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು.
ಹೌದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಪಿ ಬೇಕಾ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕಾ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸೊ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಇಸ್ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಟು ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಆರ್ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಆರ್ ಚಿತ್ತ ಅಲ್ಲಿ
ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಸಾದ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. When you take it as a prasada for the Lord, whenever you are making any food, then there itself you are connecting with the Lord. So that time itself you are in that, till you finish making the dish, your mind won't go anywhere else.
Correct. Yeah.
So there it becomes prasada. That's why they say take everything as prasada, means for this purpose only. So that you connect with your source from where you have come.
So
once you connect.
In all the four yogas, I was just thinking, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Raja Yoga. Buddhi is exercised to its highest level, alva?
Bhaktili not necessary. Bhaktili buddhi prashne varala.
No, not Viveka. Maybe concentration. One way concentration is attained.
See, concentration comes only when you are struggling. See, when you are singing, for example, or you are doing something which you know very well. Suppose, for example, you all are, who is a yoga expert, whatever. When they are doing the basics, suppose you are going to do Bhujangasana and show it to somebody. There is no need of buddhi for him there. He knows it so well. It's so part of him. Once you make this as part of you, then reaching there becomes easy. Like, for example, ask Rahul, let Rahul, for example, you tell Rahul, sing this particular Geetam for me. This Geetam is so tough. Means for him it is just like that it will come. Does he put any effort? No. He is so much with that music. For him it is so easy. It's part of you. Like for us in the kitchen, making ಹಾಲು ಕಾಯಿಸೋದು ಒಂದು ಕ್ಷಣದ ಕುಕ್ಕರ್ ಇಡೋದು ಒಂದು ಕ್ಷಣದ ಕೆಲಸ. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಈ ತರ ಕೆಲಸ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. We just do it because you're so part of it. Ashtu uppakodu every day as if you sit and measure. No way. After a point you get used to it so much. You're so much with it. So you become part of it. Making the entire universe as part of you is the final goal of life.
So
and becoming one with that.
Correct. Yeah. So when you bhakti yoga, you take for example Tyagaraja, since I'm a musician. More art composers Tyagaraja, Shyamashastri and Dikshitaralli. Tyagaraja and Shyamashastri were complete bhakti yoga people. Okay,
Correct.
they don't need anything else. ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಐ ಆಮ್ 100% ಸರೆಂಡರಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಯು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅದೇ ನೀನೇ ಗತಿ ಅನ್ನೋದೊಂದು 1000 ಕೃತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಬಟ್ ದೀಕ್ಷಿತರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮಸ್ತರ ಅವ್ರ ಕೃತಿಗಳು. ಒಂದು ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯಾಪದ ಲೈಕ್ ಭಜಾಮಿ ಅವ್ರ ಸ್ಮರಾಮಿ ಅವ್ರ ರಕ್ಷಿತೋಹಂ ಆ ಥರ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರಿಯಾಪದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ನಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ತ್ಯಾಗರಾಜರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ಶಮಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಮೀರಾಬಾಯಿ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಕಾರಣ ಶರೀರ, ಸ್ಥೂಲ ಶರೀರ, ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ಶರೀರ, ಅನ್ನಮಯ ಕೋಶ, ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಯೋಗ, ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನೋ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಉನ್ನಿಷ್ಟಮ್ ಎನ್ನಿಷ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ನಿನ್ನ ಆಸೆ ನನ್ನ ಆಸೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ವಿಶ್ ಫಾರ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೈ ವಿಶ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾರೆ. They completely just go by the surrendering to that God. So there, how many scriptures I have read, have I read all the Vedas, have I read all the Puranas, is absolutely irrelevant. Ali, okay. ಜ್ಞಾನ ಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ನೋ. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ನನ್ನ ದೋಸೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದನ್ನು ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ದೋಸೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಆ ಒಂದು ಭಾವನೆಯಿಂದ ನಾನು ದೋಸೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು, ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ದೋಸೆನೇ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಇಡ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಅ ಗುಡ್ ಜಾಬ್. ಓಕೆ, ಮೈ ಜಾಬ್ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಡೂ ದೋಸೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನನಗೆ ಅದು ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನು ಅಪ್ಪ ತಿಂತಾರ, ಅಜ್ಜಿ ತಿಂತಾರ, ತಾತ ತಿಂತಾರ, ಇಟ್ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್. ಮೈ ಜಾಬ್ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಡೂ ದೋಸೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದರಿಂದ ಮಾಡೋದೊಂದು, ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ತಿಂತಾರೆ, ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಡೂ ಸಾಫ್ಟರ್ ದೋಸೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಜ್ಞಾನ ಯೋಗ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಅ ಬೆಟರ್ ಜಾಬ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಯುವರ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಸಾಂಖ್ಯ ಯೋಗ ಆರ್ ಕರ್ಮಯೋಗ, ರಾಜಯೋಗ, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಅದರ್ ಒನ್?
My question was, ವಿವೇಕ ಅಂಡ್ ವೈರಾಗ್ಯ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ವೈರಾಗ್ಯ ಎಲ್ಲ 4ರಲ್ಲೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಾಜಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿವೇಕ ಅಷ್ಟು ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ರಾಜಯೋಗ, ಐ ಮೀನ್ ದ ಪಾತ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್, ಯೋಗ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಮಾಧಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೋಕ್ಷ, whatever.
ಸೊ ಹಠ ಯೋಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರೋದೆಲ್ಲ ರಾಜಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಲ್ಲ.
That's what I clarify it into. ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ದ ವಿವೇಕ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಐ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ದಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ಸೊ ವೈರಾಗ್ಯ ಅಂತೂ 4ರಲ್ಲೂ ಇದೆ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ, ಬಟ್ ವಿವೇಕ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಅದು ಹೆಂಗ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ದಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಓನ್ಲಿ.
ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ, ವೈ ಆಮ್ ಐ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್? ಈಗ ಭುಜಂಗಾಸನ ಅವರು ಚಿನ್ಮಯಮ್ಮ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಒನ್ ಭುಜಂಗಾಸನ ಆರ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಒನ್ ಶೀರ್ಷಾಸನ. ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಪರ್ಪಸ್? ವೈ ಆಮ್ ಐ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ಆರ್ ವೈ ಆಮ್ ಐ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್?
That's what I thought. Focus. I don't know exact word to say. What
you're stretching the limits. So ningalli to stretch the limits, to flex your body so much, you have to discipline your mind. Nan mind and discipline ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಬಾಡಿ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? You can't even do a shavasana. Forget about bhujangasana and sarvanga, whatever asanas. You can't do even a shavasana if your mind is not disciplined. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನಿದ್ದೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀಯ ಒಂದಲ್ಲ, ಅಥವಾ ಮಲಗಿರುವಾಗ ಬಾಡಿ ಟ್ವಿಚಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋದು, ತಲೆ ತಿರ್ಗಿಸೋದು ಎಲ್ಲ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಇವನ್ ಡೂ ಅ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ shavasana also if your mind is not disciplined. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಟು ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹಠ ಯೋಗ. I have read this. I mean, the yoga experts can correct me. The main purpose of hatha yoga is to discipline the mind by stretching and flexing the limits of your body. Yeah, Ashwath, you wanted to add?
No, I got lost. Sorry. I had some thought and
See, he disconnected from his chitta, so now he's one step closer to liberation. So yeah, so disciplining, by questioning or by surrendering. I would you either question and ask questions and try to know, not with arrogance.
And when you were talking about the Trinity, Rahul, the thought comes very clearly to find out what is the difference between Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. If you talk about Dikshidhar, he is Jnana Yoga person.
Yogi. Yes.
His kritis also talk about the greatness and the beauty of the Lord. He is also very, very evolved person and no ego, nothing. He is also very much thing. But he always, there is a descriptive format in his kritis.
Correct.
He goes into that, every zone. There's a lot of intellect utilization, viveka utilization.
Correct.
Whereas if you go to see one Tyagaraja Kriti, you will find all types of kritis with him. There it's not just in one pattern or no description sometimes. The same line is sung 10 times. It's all like it just that spur of the you can make out it has been done there and then.
Correct.
Whereas for it, then the similar. So what happens is you come to understand the differences. Anything you can approach in this Jnana Yoga fashion and say that words like Viveka, Vairagya, and all of these things we can use as words. That is Jnana Yoga pattern. But if without using any words, if there is only surrender and bhakti there, no?
Correct.
Then which description are you going to do?
It doesn't matter.
How can you describe anything? It's an experience.
Correct. Correct.
And an anubhava cannot be made as put into words.
Correct.
So there is one song in that, करे कौन तेरे गुणों का निरूपण किताबे कवीश्वर मुनीश्वर भी हारा. So all poets, everybody has not been able to express your beauty. So that's the thing. That's an expressionless. You cannot put it in words. This is the meaning of liberation or whatever we can.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, reiterating on the question that Deepu asked, because that's the most important question in our generation and going further. I want to be a Buddha. What am I supposed to do? The answer is you are Buddha. You just need to remember it. So ಅದನ್ನು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಫರ್ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಕಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಸೊ ಆರ್ ಡಿಸೋಸಿಯೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅ ಕಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಸೊ yeah, so the journey towards understanding what I am not, then slowly question ಮಾಡಿ or through surrender ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಈಗ ಮೀರಾಬಾಯಿ when she is surrendering completely to Krishna. Who she is, whose daughter she is, yara, who is her brother, sister, her neighbor, nothing really matters there. It's just ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ವಾ, absolute surrender. I think I narrated this thing about Tyagaraja in the previous session alva. His brother wanted Tyagaraja to be the Asthana Vidwan of the king of that kingdom. Right? Tyagaraja's brother wanted him to go to the king's kingdom and become the Asthana Vidwan. In fact, Tyagaraja's ahvana baratte. The king himself sends his soldiers to get Tyagaraja to become the Asthana Vidwan. So, and our Tyagaraja opkolalla adana. So his brother gets so angry that he throws away the idol that Tyagaraja used to worship. A Rama idol na tagondu ಒಂದು ನದಿಲಿ ಬಿಸಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರ ಅದನ್ನ. Right? So if Tyagaraja was a ಜ್ಞಾನ yogi, it doesn't matter, it shouldn't matter to him that idol was thrown. Go get another idol, but ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅದೇ ಐಡಲೇ ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತಂತ. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಫುಲ್ ಪರ್ಯಟನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇಡೀ all the possible villages. He goes in search of that particular idol. Finally he finds it in one ನದಿಲಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ತೊಗೊಂಬರ್ತಾರಂತೆ. That's that crazy surrendering to that one particular ideology. Bhakti, surrendering there ಅಲ್ಲಿ. So if he knew that Krishna or Rama was Sarvantaryami, then why would he want that particular idol only then? Alva? So that's how it starts off. Yeah, jnana or bhakti.
This is I mean, we can discuss this next class, but I just wanted to tell it so we can discuss it next.
Please.
Initially our conversation was about Swarga and Narka after death alva. So recently I came across one video of Sadhguru where andre I completely agree with the part where it's Swarga Narka is something we experience here itself, or state of mind or whatever. But there's one more subtle point which he told, which I think maybe we are unaware, is that he says why they say ಯಾಕೆ ಆ ಥರ ಗರುಡ ಪುರಾಣ ಅದರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗೆ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಡೆತ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. ಸೊ ಇವನ್ ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಅದ್ವೈತ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೌಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಒನ್ consciousness itself, but a smaller, whatever we
Fragment of
call
it.
it. So when the dissociation from the body and mind complex happens, what Sadhguru told in that video was, when you're here in the body and mind complex, you have a mechanism to kind of regulate the kind of whatever problems you face, or how do I put it in words? Just say I'm doing some papa. Just for an example, papa e body and mind ettide. I mean, this consciousness has taken, let's say, soul, just for convenience. Now, the body and mind is a tool that helps us to regulate it. Nan mind use ಮಾಡಿ, I can somehow still work towards coming to a state of peace, even though I have something that I have to experience because of my previous papa. So these are the tools that regulate. But once this dissociates from the body mind complex, we don't have a regulating tool. So the pain is, if it's a lot of papa stored, example ಗೆ, that's 100 times more because ನಮಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ regulating tool ಇಲ್ಲ. And punya stored also will be 100 times more because the regulating tool illa. I don't know how much of this is true or not, but maybe this is something you can ponder on. I don't know, I'm not sure. So that is what the crux of what he was saying, I thought. I'll try to find that video and send it once. Last time we had a discussion where I remember you told it's that everything is there in the cloud. It's just that the consciousness taps into that and comes again. So accesses it. So what I was trying to connect is probably when that escapes the body mind complex and it still taps into that same chitta or whatever, without the body mind complex, there is no regulating tool, and probably that time the papa or punya that we experience is 100 times, 10 times
What
more.
is the regulating tool in the human body right now?
The mind basically, ಅಂದ್ರೆ the mind and the body. ಈಗ ನನಗೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನನಗೆ I got, let's take a recent example where I got a 0 on my paper in the biology test because of some problem. Yeah. So there I had my mind to convince me that let's say I really cheated in my test and then I got caught, and I got a 0 on the paper. But now I have my mind to tell me that it's okay, ನಾನು next time ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾನು next time cheat ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ and whatever. So that is a regulating tool there. But if they don't have these tools and I have that papa of cheating, just an example, there is no regulating tool there. So it's kind of a state of very much difficulty, something like that Sadhguru was saying.
So, yeah, I like that view. Illi, the pain and pleasure does not exist outside the body. Alva? So, in Papa Punya also does not exist outside the body. My understanding. Nandada.
Okay.
So, this afternoon, Priyanka gave me one massage tour. Nange ee portion of the talen ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ pain ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. So she pressed and one massage ಕೊಟ್ಲು. ಇಟ್ ನಂಗೆ ಫುಲ್ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬರೋಷ್ಟು ರಿಲೀಫ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತು. ನನಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಬಡೆ ರಿಲೀಫ್ ಆಯ್ತು ನಂಗೆ ಅದು. ಓಕೆ, ನನಗೆ ಪೇನ್ ಇಲ್ದಿರುವಾಗ ಅವಳು ಅದೇ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ನಾನು ಈಗ ಯಾಕೆ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಪೇನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ರೈಟ್, ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಮಸಾಜ್ ದಟ್ ಶಿ ಡಿಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ದ ಪೇನ್ ವಾಸ್ ರಿಲೀವಿಂಗ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಡಿಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಪೇನ್ ಇಟ್ ವುಡ್ ಬಿ ಹರ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ರೈಟ್, so there is no question of pain and pleasure. Again, like Ashwath and I were discussing earlier, there is no good karma, bad karma, there is only karma ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರ. ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನು 100 ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, 100 ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ವೆದರ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗುಡ್ ಆರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಸೇ ಇದು. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಪುರಾಣಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗಿದು ತುಂಬ ಅಗೇನ್ ವಿ ವುಡ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಪಾಂಡರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್, ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪಾಂಡರ್ ಇದು. ನಾವು again, I want to maybe read a little bit extra about what Alok mentioned about what is that Yatana Sharira. I remember reading about it too somewhere. What is this? I mean, what is that experience? ಈಗ ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾತನ ಶರೀರ ಅಂತ ಒಂದಿದೆ. ರೈಟ್, ಸೊ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ರೈಟ್, ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಸ್. Does that mean because I'm not able to experience it does not exist? No, that is very wrong. That is arrogance, it's not ignorance. So there might be something, right? So, in my experience, once you exit the body, there is no experience. That is my understanding. Experience is subjected to your physical body. That's it. So in
But
other
then,
male ಬೇರೆ ಏನೋ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ that is a realization that we need to have. Maybe we have
no,
to
no.
learn something.
Once we exit, that means you're saying there's no rebirth also?
Once you reach that final understanding of
No,
Advaita,
no.
ಇದೆಲ್ಲ
Yeah,
ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು
actually, I raised the hand to ask the same question.
ಹಂಗಾರೆ
No,
rebirth
no.
ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ.
ಯಾರು ಫೈನಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಅವರು,
So
ದ
it's
ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದ ಚಿತ್ತ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
consciousness holds
See,
on.
uh, um, according to my some basic understanding,
One second.
body and mind.
The time is 10 is to 10, 11 o'clock. So for those, the rest, all of them are still on the call. ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ, if you want to time ಜಾಸ್ತಿ if you want to exit, please feel free. Not is, I'm assuming all of you are interested in listening, and that's why you are continuing to be. Yeah, please feel free. Please feel free whether you want to stay or exit. Yeah, Ashwath, please go ahead.
So, see, according to whatever we are reading, all the Vedas, Puranas, or mythology, whatever we call, everything believes in Janmas. I mean, Janma, Punarjanma, and once again the Janma. The purpose of getting a birth is to coming out of the cycle of birth and death. Now, why I have to take a birth? Because without this body mind tool, I'm unable to modify anything. Okay. Now, once I leave my body and mind, I am in the hand of all the karmas what I did, all the punyas, papas, whatever I did. I don't know whether I'll experience it or not. I'm just thinking out loud here. So, the samskaras, the impressions, or the karmas, good karmas, bad karmas, whatever I have done is coming with me, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we've learned.
Yeah, correct.
How is it
So
coming? ಯಾವ ಥರ ಹಿಂಗೆ
now,
ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅದು, we don't have like a physical evidence of that.
correct. I mean,
One
we
one
cannot
understanding
even
is the
testify that.
epigenetics, which we are learning now through science. Epigenetics ಅಲ್ಲಿ, like for example, a 3-year-old child can sing like how a vidwan sings, because the gene structure has that from a previous ancestor who was able to do it ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನು. ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಆತ್ಮ ಬಂದು ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ ಆ ಶರೀರದಲ್ಲಿ. We don't have physical evidence for that. In fact, my own student, I mentioned, Akshay anta helidavanu, when he came to me when he was 5.5, 6 years old, he sang like probably like how a 45, 50-year-old person would sing. I mean, seasoned musician would sing, right? I didn't have a physical explanation to say, how is he able to sing on genetic expression itta. Before me, it was like a live example of a reincarnation. Right, but I don't have proof for it. I don't know how it works, what works. So yeah, so your questions, I think your question is that,
see, now when I die, we are going to the part 2. We still are in our journey towards the next life, or towards whatever, heaven or hell, I don't know. I mean, you say it doesn't exist. So I carry the experience of the papa and punya also, right? If it is papa or punya, or if it is positive or negative.
Okay, Papa and Punya, we're naming it for our convenience, good and bad. Okay, but
Yeah,
it's
correct.
just something, cause effect, something like that.
So
Yeah.
at that point, because I don't have this body and mind, I am unable to modify it.
That's
So
what I said. That's what was my
yeah,
point.
yeah,
so
correct.
it's like kontra.
So how do you say that there is no experience at all? Because as we all know, there is annamaya sharira, pranamaya, manomaya, vijnanamaya, anandamaya sharira, and the other ways like stula sharira, sukshma sharira, karana sharira. So once you die, only the stula sharira goes, and that sukshma sharira, karana sharira, everything you carry to the next one. I don't know. Indama should explain this properly. I'm still unclear about what exactly is Sukshma Sharira and Karana Sharira and the differences. So the impressions what we had, the experiences what we had in the Sthula Sharira are still carried by the Sukshma Sharira, no?
Yeah. So,
Now,
I mean, this
If
boils
we
down to
consider ourselves as energy, just energy, maybe that energy is impacted by everything that we think, do, say. And so even when we leave the body, the energy still remains and the disruption might still be
So
present.
yeah, he
now,
Jagrata
okay,
Swapna
wait, one more
Sushupti.
point. One more point. What I wanted to say. Um, see, there are experiences which are beyond body, like out of body experiences. Maybe we ourselves had sometimes. So I had some visions. I had seen something had happened. So actually, my Sukshma Sharira or whatever my mind or whatever you call it went there and saw, went to the future and past and saw it. So it saw it, it experienced it. Means there is an experience which I can experience without having to depend on my body. Like Shankaracharya, when he was arguing with some saint, he couldn't answer his wife's questions, and he went out of the body and he saw it, he experienced through other body. Yeah, I mean that validates your point, but
So ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು it is very debated, highly debated. Shankaracharya ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಂತ. So for somebody of his intellect, he could have just accessed the Akashic records. Why did he have to actually occupy another person's body and done it? And he might have had many other janmas where he was married, right? There were questions about marriage and family life that were asked which he couldn't answer anta, right?
correct.
And he was not born Shankaracharya as the first birth and last birth Shankaracharya agಲಿಲ್ಲ. He would have also had, ಅವರೇ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ 8 crore births ಏನೋ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ, some number that is put, right? He could have accessed his memories from one of his previous births out of the 8 crore where he was married, and he could have answered the questions, right? Or he could have just tapped into the Akashic records of what happens. Why did he have to occupy an actual dying person's body and experience life? It's a very debated thing. Some people say it didn't happen also. ಅದನ್ನು ಪರಕಾಯ ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾಡಿದ ಕಥೆಗಳು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಇದೆ.
Now let's come to one more very close example of Guruji when like 2 years back, what happened. So Guruji was able to say something like Guru Purnadveti. He's present here. He's able to see something what's happening in the other realm,
Yeah,
if that's the right word.
yeah, yeah.
So if he's seeing something there, if he's hearing something there, that's an experience, right? He's
ಅದೇನೆ,
not using his body to experience.
he's using his mind to experience. Correct. ಅದ right. So he had to tell me that he had to get into a particular state of mind to do it. He had to take a couple of supplements and stuff and all, extraneous supplements to actually get into that state of mind and access that. ನಂಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅವರು ಸೆಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ. He had to drink a
Okay.
couple of things, he had to consume a couple of things for him to get into that state anta. Okay. So ಅದನ್ನ that is so he didn't use his body, he used his mind. Okay. And again, this body, mind, and intellect are within a dream state. If we want to get into that as a separate discussion, Jagrata, Swapna, Sushupti, all three, Jagrata and Swapna are both Swapnas. Alva? So Sushupti, or when you're not dreaming, is the only time when you're not dreaming. The rest, both of them are actually dreams. So it's like me is seeing
Okay.
things within a dream, right? So Jagrata
Inception.
Inception. It is inception. It's dream within a dream, right? ಇವಾಗ ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಎವ್ರಿ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಆಸ್, ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನಾನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಸತ್ತಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ದೋಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು, ರೈಟ್? ನನ್ನ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೈಲಿ ಡಿಬೇಟಬಲ್. ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಾಂಟಂಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಾರ್ another 10 sessions if necessary. Your hell, like if your belief system is that there is a hell and heaven which you experience after you die, that is also in a dream. Okay, if you had deja vu and if you saw something that happened in the future, that is also a dream. Okay.
when I'm saying just this one thing, that when I say birth, rebirth, existence, all of that is all under the bracket of Maya only, because
Dream.
only then only I'm talking about all this. But if I just remove the bracket, then there is no birth, rebirth, nothing. But I'm asking under the bracket of Maya only. That's what I'm saying.
Under ಅದೇನೆ
Yeah.
ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲನೂ ಕನಸೆ ನಾನು ದ ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಡ್ರೀಮಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ವಿದ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ರಾತ್ರಿ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಹೋದೆ ನನಗೆ ಕನಸು ಬಿತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಇವಾಗಲೂ ಕನಸೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಹೌ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ ಯು ದಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡ್ರೀಮಿಂಗ್ ರೈಟ್ ನೌ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ನೋ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಆರ್ ಯು 100% ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡ್ರೀಮಿಂಗ್ ರೈಟ್ ನೌ?
Yes.
ಏನು ಪ್ರೂಫ್?
Because I can control what's
You
happening
did that in
around
the
with
dream
me
also, no?
physically.
You did that in the dream as well.
No,
Because when you
no, no,
fell
no,
in
no,
the dream, you woke up here also. Suddenly with a
no,
jolt, you experienced things there.
no. Dream ಅಲ್ಲಿ see, um, see there are unreal things in the dream. Okay, see, I myself give the same example to a lot of people, but just as a matter of argument, I'm trying to argue from the other way. Um, in dream, there are a lot of uncontrollable things, and dream doesn't follow the laws of the physics in the earth or whatever it
You
is.
should have fallen down a lot. Hangidre. In the dream, you fell down and you woke up.
No, no, no. In the dream, I fly. In the dream, I float. In
No,
the
what
dream,
is
I sing
controllable,
like Rahul Baba.
uncontrollable is no, what is controllable, uncontrollable, you are deciding it based on your Jagrata Avaste. There's nothing controllable, uncontrollable, alva. Jagrata
See,
Avasteyalli iro vivekadinda you are deciding ashte. So
no, see,
uncontrollable,
in the dream, I want to do something. Just simple example. In the dream, I want to raise my hand, but I'm unable to raise my hand.
Okay?
no.
Okay, right. Now,
That's his
when I
example.
wake up, I have full control of my bodily movements, or at least the skeletal muscle movement.
When in
I
the
can testify. I can testify. See,
Actually, in
it's in
dream,
continuation.
ಈಗ ನನ್ನ ಡ್ರೀಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಕಚೇರಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಶ್ವಥ್. ನಾನು ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಡ್ರೀಮ್, ರೈಟ್?
Now,
though
do
I
you
feel
have the
in
proof
dream,
that you can see? Now you have seen a lot of people. Now, look. Now I am seeing all of you. Right. Now I can text you. I can call you. Now, Deepu says you are dreaming. There was nobody. Now I can tell Rahul, Rashmi, Alok, Apurva, all of them are present. You can go and cross check.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಡ್ರೀಮಲ್ಲೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ?
What if
dream
Um,
only,
the
you are an
question?
observer. Real life ಅಲ್ಲಿ when you are awake, so called awake, you are experiencing.
You are experiencing
no,
there also.
no. See,
I'm
in the
observing there. I mean, things are happening with me, but I'm really not involved. I'm sitting and talking to somebody, but I'm really not.
But then if you fell down in the dream, then you should have only observed it. You shouldn't have felt it.
no, in the dream, this is getting funny.
No, the question,
Both
the basic.
places no, the common element was the sakshi, the observer. Right now also you are observing. You think you are experiencing.
No. I don't completely agree with this. Now, see, in the dream, I see Rashmi, and Rashmi will talk based on how I perceived Rashmi as she is. Understood? Now, when I speak in the real life, Rashmi actually can speak something beyond my expectation, beyond my previous experience, beyond my understanding.
The dream will
There
also
are there are
can happen in the dream also. I've
In
seen
my
no
many
no
dream,
no no
people in
no.
different roles.
in my
I've seen
dream, I
some
have seen
singers as
things I
beggars in
have
my
never
dreams.
seen in my life. Something like
Sorry,
that.
I
sorry.
have seen some very famous people as beggars in my dream. All different
No,
roles.
see, it's all making up of your own mind. Okay. Now I can make Rashmi as a clown. See, dream, there are different types of dreams. All suppressed desires will come, suppressed emotions will come. Sometimes you tap into the future, you tune into the future and see the future. Or it is just a random, like Guruji says, it is just a what? Memory of whatever had happened. Now, maybe in today's stream, I discuss about Ramayana and all this because it happened. It just happened today. Okay. But it is all a component of my mind only. Okay. It is all has a limitation that what only my mind can show me or make me feel. Okay. But now in real life, I can get a new feeling. I can get a new experience. I can see a person whom I did not see, whom I did not even think that I'll be seeing. Maybe he or she will respond in a way that I never even imagined.
I have whatever you're saying, I have experienced in the dream also.
No, I don't say that is. See, maybe that just you are just tapping into the future, or maybe it's just a making up of your own mind. It's like AI. You give
No, I
any.
tell you, we can look this at this different perspective. When you're in your dream, the limitation is your mind and your memory ಅಂತ ನೀನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
when you're in Jagrat, the limitation is what physical and other things exist here. ಅಲ್ಲೂ limitation ಇದೆ.
Yeah, correct. That means what I'm saying is dream and Jagrata both are two different things.
Yeah, they are. They are different, but they're yeah, they are different. But
That's
the
what I'm
point
saying.
is, no, the point is both are not real.
I agree that.
Hi.
I agree with that.
Both are not
But
real.
but I can definitely say I'm not dreaming right now.
If that was not real, how is it not a dream?
Uh, See, no, everything
How is it
unreal
not
is
real?
no. See, we will understand the real only when we reach that state. Okay.
See, that reaching is what we are talking about when Deepu asked. Nanga the realize it's for right now. When I attended this workshop of Narasimha Prabhuji ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು, he made us experience that I am not the body, mind and intellect ಅನ್ನೋದು an actual experience ಕೊಡ್ಸಿದ್ರು. ನನಗೆ ಅದು probably I might not be able to do it as effective as him. We'll have to have an exclusive get together for it, and I wouldn't believe doing it online also. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲ್ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಶರೀರ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ರು, ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಇಂಟೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ರು. Right? So at that point of time when I'm not my mind, body, mind or intellect, there are no constructions of any reality that is happening around me, and that moment you realize, oh shit, I am actually Buddha anta you realize in that moment, and suddenly you just remember, oh ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, this is a lady, this is a man, she's wearing a blue saree. So sudden ಆಗಿ the mind is starting to construct things again, right? So when you're in that absolute state of I am not the body, mind or intellect, everything else is unreal, everything else is constructed. Even your mind right now is what you're seeing right now. You said you are now able to name Deepu, there is Rashmi, there is Indama, there is Alok. This is also construction of that's happening from your body, from your mind, body mind intellect complex in that, right? Everything
So you guys are all unreal, and
absolutely, I
it's
mean,
all in my
so,
imagination.
really, so
And
there is a difference between not existing and being unreal. Alva? So
yeah,
Maya
yeah.
is doesn't mean doesn't exist. It means it's not the truth. Anta, alva? So I gave you this example. Alla? If I take my phone and take a piece of it and look at it under an electron microscope, final in kansate protons, neutrons, electrons. I take a piece of my nail and look at it under an electron microscope. Finally, I see protons, neutrons, electrons. I take a piece of metal, I see protons, neutrons, electrons. I take a piece of paper, I see protons, neutrons, electrons. So, if the only thing that I am able to see under an electron microscope is protons, neutrons, and electrons, then the phone or the like Rashmi's example, everything is made up of wood, but the shape in which it is arranged makes it a chair or a table or a sofa or whatever it is. Right?
Now, what are you trying to convince me?
What you're seeing is a projection of your mind. You think you are seeing
Correct, correct,
something, but that thing does not
correct,
exist.
correct.
So it's a projection. It's a dream. I
I
said whatever you
agree.
projected out of
No, no.
consolidation.
See, now this is not a dream, then why did they say that there is a different state of the mind called Jagrat, Swapna, and Sushupti if this is also a dream?
So that's what they call it, alva. You have Jagrita Swapna and Jagrita Sushupti. Swapna, you have like, I think it goes into that permutation combination. Jagrit, Swapna, Sushupti dalli, you have Jagrit Swapna, and then Jagrit Sushupti. So
Intermediate states,
huh. So
right?
consciously you're able to.
So, uh, so it is different, correct?
Or we can imagine it like this. Jagrit is Swapnavaste of Mahavishnu. I like
And
that.
again, we're adding one more component, ಅದು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅದು.
Okay.
Even I was also trying to stop at that explanation, but then no, why add an extra person there, Mahavishnu? ಅವರು ನನ್ನ ಆ ಗುರುಗಳನ್ನು ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. All Jagrit, Swapna, Sushupti put together is the Swapna of Narayana ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಡ. ಅದೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಆಗೋದು ನಂಗೆ. ಐಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್, ನೋ ಐಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕನ್ವಿನ್ಸ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ನಾರಾಯಣ, ನೋ ವೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಈ, ನೋ
Okay.
ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್, ಬೇಡ, ರೈಟ್? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಅಹಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾಸ್ಮಿ, then I am only that Narayana who is constructing this Jagra, Swapna and Sushupti. ಅಷ್ಟೇ
Correct.
ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ just that consciousness that is just there, and it is taking different forms, ಅದ. ಸೊ ಐ ಮೀನ್ ದ ಅಶ್ವಥ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಂತಲೇ ಅದು ಕರೆಯೋದು. ದೇರ್ಸ್ ಅ ನೇಮ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಟು ಇಟ್, ದ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಡೇವಿಡ್ ಚಾಲ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ, ದ ನೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹೂ ಕಾಯಿಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್. ಅದ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ವೀಡಿಯೋಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆನ್ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್. ಸೊ ಹೌ ಡು ಐ ನೋ ವೆದರ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್? ಹೌ ಡು ಐ ನೋ ವೆದರ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಡ್ರೀಮಿಂಗ್? ಹೌ ಡು ಐ ನೋ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಡ, ಅದು ಆ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ನ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ I at least I am pretty sure that I don't know whether I'm dreaming now or not. I have no confidence in whether I am awake right now or not. Nan confidence illa.
No, I have confidence.
Okay, based on what?
EEG,
Huh?
EEG,
Okay.
electroencephalogram.
Okay.
But ಅದನ್ನ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ
Dream
ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್
ನಾನು ECG
ಡ್ರೀಮ್
ಎಲ್ಲ
ಅಲ್ಲೂ
ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ನಾನು.
ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್
Listen, see, whatever you do in Jagrat state, the same thing you will do in dream state. That doesn't mean dream state is the Jagrat state.
Not necessary. Yeah. Dream is not Jagrat, but both of them are dream. Both of them is a
No,
construction.
the dream state is different, Jagrat state is different.
But both are constructions of the mind, anta is what we are saying.
It's a different limitation. Now you see, for example, now I have drawn a line that is 2D. Okay. Now to see the 2D, I have to come to the 3D.
Correct.
Right?
Absolutely.
Now to see the 3D, I actually have to go to the 4D. Now what I'm seeing is the 2D, but because of my worldly experience, movement and depth of vision, I understand it as 3D, but actually I don't see 3D.
ಹೌದು.
What I see is only 2D.
ಟು ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ಹೌದು.
Correct. So likewise, now 2D has limitation, 3D has a little higher limitation, 4D has even higher limitation, maybe. Right? Similarly, the dream state is the Murray of Jagrat state, maybe, I don't know. But dream state and Jagrat state are not same, not similar. They're very different.
They can be different. ಯಾ ಅವೆರಡು ಒಂದೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಎರಡು ಕಡೆನೂ ಅದೊಂಥರ ಅವರು ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ ಅವರು ಹಿ ಮೇಡ್ ಅ ರೋಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇ. ಓಕೆ, ಹಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಜಾಗೃತ್ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ, and another person he called as the swapna sthiti. Okay, both of them, for example, it's me. Imagine I am standing at one place and I am right now a leadership coach and a singer in this particular awareness right now. Okay, in the dream I was a Hollywood actor. Okay, so now there is a third person who is a neutral person coming and asking, who are you? Okay, and then I'm saying in this so-called Jagrat Sthiti, I'm saying my name is Rahul, I am a leadership coach ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್, ನಂಗೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನೆನ್ನೆ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಒಂದು ಕನಸು ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. ಆ ಕನಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈ ನೇಮ್ ವಾಸ್ ರಿಚರ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಹಾಲಿವುಡ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, And ಎಷ್ಟು ಫೂಲಿಶ್ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಅದು, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಸೊ ಅನ್ರಿಯಲ್ ಬಟ್ ಐ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ಡ್ ಮೈ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಹಾಲಿವುಡ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ರೋಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡೋ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಅದರ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ನೇಮ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ರಿಚರ್ಡ್ ವಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ದೇರ್. Okay, and then he overheard this conversation and he's saying, how dare you say I'm unreal, how dare you say I'm not there, I am very much Richard, I am very much a Hollywood actor anta he says. Okay, in fact you are the one who is unreal for me ಅಂತ ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರು ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಒಂದು ಜಗಳ ಥರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, because how I am very much acting, I have the cameras in front of me, I also tripped on that stone there, didn't you see, I'm very much real ಅಂತ both of them get into an argument ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈ ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಹೀ ಈಸ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಅ CCTV, ಹೀ ಈಸ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ 2 screens ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಬೋತ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವರ್. ಯು ನೀ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ನೀನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿತ್ ಯುವರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಈಗ because again when we come into the discussions of time also, all of these, there will be times when you were standing in a bus stop for like maybe half a minute, but you dozed off ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ತೂಗುಟಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾ, I slept off, but I dreamt about something that happened for 2 to 3 days. Okay, and then I wake up and I say, oh, it's just 1 minute has passed, that's it, right? So now you had an experience of 2 to 3 days. ಈಗ ಜನಕ ಮಹಾರಾಜಂದು ಆ ಕಥೆದಲ್ಲೂ he experiences something like 3 weeks or something in that one night's sleep ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 to 4 weeks ಏನೋ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅವನು. So when Avasthathraya Muni comes and is asking him, Janaka Maharaja, he experiences everything. He experiences blood on his hands, the slay marks of the king, enemy king, on ಭಿಕ್ಷೆ ಬೇಡಿದ್ದು, on ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪ್ರಸಾದ ತೊಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಒಂದು ಈಗಲ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ವೂಪ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕೈಯಿಂದ ತಟ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅವನ ಪ್ರಸಾದನ, ಅವ್ನಿಗೇನೂ ತಿನ್ನೋಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಹಸಿವು. He sees the dead bodies of his wife, his children, his commander-in-chief, everything he's experiencing. Right, and when he comes back, when he suddenly wakes up and he sees his commander, his wife, everybody is there, he's sleeping on his bed in his armane, his immediate question is, kya ye sach hai ya wo sach hai, ida nija ada nija anta ಅವನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, right? So Avasthathraya Muni ಬಂದಾಗ when he asks him also, is this the truth or that the truth ಅಂದಾಗ ಅವನು ನೀನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೈಟ್ ನೌ ಆರ್ ಯು ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಸಿ ಯುವರ್ ವೈಫ್ ಹೂ ವಾಸ್ ಸ್ಲೇನ್, ಯುವರ್ ಕಮಾಂಡರ್ ಇನ್ ಚೀಫ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ನಿನ್ನ ಕನಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದೆಯಲ್ವಾ ನೀನು, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ನಿಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಹೌದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಸೊ ಇಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದ ಟ್ರೂತ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ, ನೋ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ಟ್ರೂತ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ನಿನ್ನ ಕನಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಡ್ ಯು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ದ ಪೇನ್, ಡಿಡ್ ಯು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ದ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಆರ್ಮ್ಸ್, ಡಿಡ್ ಯು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ದ ಹಂಗರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫೀಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಆಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಐ ಫೆಲ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ನಾನು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಬದುಕಿರೋರು ಇದ್ರಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸತ್ತೋಗಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಸುಳ್ಳು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಸುಳ್ಳು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ಯಾವುದು ನಿಜ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಅವನು ತೋ ಕ್ಯಾ ಸಚ್ ಹೈ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸಿರ್ಫ್ ತುಮ್ ಹಿ ಸಚ್ ಹೈ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಯು ಆರ್ ದ ಟ್ರೂತ್, ದ ಯು ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಸುಳ್ಳಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಸುಳ್ಳಾಗಿತ್ತು. Okay, so now these two fellows getting into an argument, the Jagrata and Swapna, these two fellows getting into an argument saying, you are the false fellow, I am true ಅಂತ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಇವೆರಡನ್ನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋ ಒಬ್ಬ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ that fellow will know both of them are temporary, both of them are assuming a role. Here I am a leadership coach, there I am a Hollywood actor, is a temporary thing that I am observing ಅಷ್ಟೇ. It just happened and it is getting over ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Right?
No, but it's still the point that Avasthathraya is making is both Jagrata and Swapna are not real. That is for definite. Only the I is real, but
is it only me who
he's saying this is not a dream.
Sorry, but in the 1 second stuck over there,
No. What Avasthathraya is saying is Jagrata and Swapna are different. He knows that Jagrata and Swapna are not real.
Correct.
He's saying Jagrata and Swapna are different, and he can say Jagrata is not a Swapna. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
Right?
Now, what Rahul Baba is saying is Jagrat Swapna are like interchangeable things. You don't know what is Jagrat, you don't know what is Swapna. This is Swapna for the Jagrat state, that is Swapna for this Jagrat state.
I would probably say, in my understanding so far, is wherever I am able to consciously do the viveka of I am not the mana buddhi chitta ahankara consciously, and stay at an equanimous state of not having any emotions being generated, no cortisol, no dopamine, then ಯಾವ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಲಿ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತಿದ್ದೀನೋ that I can call it as ಜಾಗೃತ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ. Because I have not experienced dreams where I am emotionally at peace, or I'm enlightened in the dream. I don't know if any one of you have experienced being enlightened in the dream. So
I didn't experience being enlightened, but I dreamt of sitting under the birthing rickshaw and some light coming out of my
super.
once.
ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗ the dream that you had when you dozed off in the bus stop was long enough, but when you woke up in the so called here, you realized that only 1 minute has passed. Okay, but only 2 days or 3 days ಅಷ್ಟು ಇವೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಡೆದಿದೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್. ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಅದೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಮೈ ಗುರೂಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಿ. ಯು ಆರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ದ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಯು ವೇಕ್ ಅಪ್, right, you would have forgotten half the things. And see, now every morning when you open your eyes, how do you know you are Ashwath? ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದ
I identify with my body and mind.
ಫುಲ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಅನೇ. You remember the room where you're sleeping. You might see the almirah which is there in one position. You will see one cupboard there. So the understanding that I am Ashwath Narayan Hegde is happening in like a fraction of a second by the input that entered your eyes, ears, whatever it is. Okay, technically you would have actually forgotten who you are after the sleep. ಅಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೆಡಿಬಲ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡಲ್ಲಿ your mind is remembering that you are Ashwath, looking at the environment around you. Okay, so illandre marthogiರ್ತೀಯ ನೀನು. So then it is all these memories, your chitta, that is making you remember that you are Ashwath Narayan Hegde ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಅ ರೋಲ್ ದರ್. your mind is consolidating information ಅದೆಲ್ಲ. Okay, so imagine you woke up at a different place, and then somebody starts calling you David. Okay, and then, hey David, what are you doing here? Why are you not in the garden? And then what garden? Who David? And then you start questioning based on the chitta that you think you've associated with. Alva? So the experience is so strong right now. The associations are so strong that it is refusing to let you believe that you're dreaming right now. Is my understanding. Okay, so because there have been dreams where the experience has been so incredibly real that there are some of the dreams where I refuse to believe it is a dream, where I clearly know that it is probably another parallel universe where I just tapped into and experienced and came back also ಅಂತ ಆ ಥರ ಅಷ್ಟು ರಿಯಲ್ ಇತ್ತು ಆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, where I was completely in control, where things were whatever happening ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಡೆಫಿನೇಟಿವ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಇಫ್ somebody asks me, are you sure you are dreaming right now or you are awake right now, ಅಂದರೆ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
So we are not supposed to say sweet dreams anymore.
But that cortisol something ನೀವೇನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಡೋಪಮಿನ್ ಕಾರ್ಟಿಸಾಲ್, ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್, ಅದು ನಂಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ?
ಕಾರ್ಟಿಸಾಲ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ಡೋಪಮಿನ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ಆ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ನನಗೆ ಯಾವ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಲಿ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನ ನೀನು ಜಾಗೃತ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬೋದು ನೀನು.
ಅದು ಸ್ವಪ್ನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ
ನನಗೆ ಅದರ ಅನುಭವ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನಿನಗಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಡಿಪ್ರೈವ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಮೋಷನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಡ್ರೀಮ್, then you might be actually experiencing ಜಾಗೃತ ಸ್ವಪ್ನ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಯುವರ್ ಡ್ರೀಮ್.
ಸ್ವಪ್ನದಿಂದ ಸಮಾಧಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಜಾಗೃತದಿಂದ
ಹೋಗಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಜಾಗೃತ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ದಟ್ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಸಮಾಧಿ, that lets you question using the buddhi, who am I, what I am not ಅಂತ. ಸ್ವಪ್ನದಲ್ಲಿ ನೇತಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ is my understanding. I might be wrong, I might have to validate that, but my understanding is swapna will not allow neti.
Maybe I'll dream today
having control over that.
Having a conversation with someone where I start realizing neti and maybe
so we don't even know what time we slept last night, or any night for that matter. You think you slept at this time, but can you pinpoint and say I slept at 11:37 yesterday ಅಂತ ನಿಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? You can tell what time you woke up. You can never
see
tell
in
what
that
time
case, Rahul Baba, in that case, whatever you do consciously now or so-called consciously, you will be able to do in the dream. Maybe if you think you had some out of body experience in meditation, the same thing can happen in dream also. Then why are you doing consciously? You can do everything in dream in 2 minutes for two Janma things, no?
Why are you? What is the last part of the question?
Now, why are you doing sadhana here? You can do all the sadhana in the dream state so quickly, no?
But he'll come back to Jagrat, na?
No, that is Jagrat for some other Swapna, no? According to the explanation. You getting my point?
ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೌದು. So see, again, as the as the observer, wherever I am able to see, ನಾನು ಡೋಪಮಿನ್ ಕಾರ್ಟಿಸೋಲ್ ಯಾಕೆ ತೊಗೊಂಬಂದೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ನನಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಇಮೋಷನ್ಸ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವೋ, ವೆದರ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ವಪ್ನ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಜಾಗೃತಿ, ವೇರ್ ಎವರ್ ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಮೋಷನ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಜನರೇಟೆಡ್, I am planting seeds basically for the dream or the whatever the projection to continue. ಆಯಿತಾ, ನಾನು ಡ್ರೀಮಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀನೋ ಅಥವಾ ಜಾಗೃತದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀನೋ ಸ್ವಪ್ನದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀನೋ, ದ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಐ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಅನ್ ಇಮೋಷನ್, ಐ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಡ್ ದ ಮೂವಿ. ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ 20 ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ವೆಬ್ ಸೀರೀಸು, ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ 21 ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಸಪೋಸ್ ದ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 100 ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೆಬ್ ಸೀರೀಸ್. And by the time I reached about the 40th episode, let's imagine I have stopped generating emotions. I have learned, through conscious sadhana or awareness or bhakti yoga or jnana yoga, I've learned that I
No,
should.
listen. See, if you don't know, if you're not sure whether you're conscious or in the dream state, now the whole purpose of doing everything becomes useless because there is a different state which is real.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಸ್ವಪ್ನದಲ್ಲಿ ನೇತಿ ನಡೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಟ್.
Illi means what?
In the current experience.
So this is not a dream.
When
That's
you are
what
able
you're
to
saying.
realize that, you will realize this is not dream. Probably I'm in Jagrat.
See, now if you are doing neti, that means you are in that Jagrat state.
Yeah, so it's a continuous oscillation antara. You're in a thin line called sushupti or
No,
samadhi.
I don't agree with that. See, now you are not dreaming. Now you are able to say neti. Now I'm able to testify with my all physical experiences. And with this state, you can elevate yourself and your experiences. So this is Jagrat state. Now, if you are able to, I mean, according to your explanation, I'm saying,
It's correct.
if
What you said is correct.
if you can't do neti in dream state, and if you are able to do neti now, that means this is not dream state, no?
Good. Yes. That it was those instants when you were Jagrat.
Yeah, right now I'm Jagrat. That's what I'm
ಸೊ
saying.
ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಸಿ, ನಾವು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋ 24 hour ಕ್ಲಾಕಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು 10:30 PM to 5:30 AM ನಾನು ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್, ರೈಟ್? ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಕೀಪ್, ರೈಟ್? ಈಗ ನಾನು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವೆನ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಕಾಟ್ಲೆಂಡ್, ದ ಸನ್ಸೆಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ಬೈ ಅಬೌಟ್ 8:30 or 9 ರಾತ್ರಿ. Okay. So
Okay,
imagine
see, now when you sleep and wake up, you don't feel or you don't experience the time. Correct. So the speed of the time or so-called time doesn't exist, or you don't feel it when you're in the
Correct.
sleep state.
Correct.
And in the same sleep state, dream can happen, and you experience 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, or one entire Janma in the dream state. That is different. And right now, what we live in this world, which is obeying the scientific laws or so-called physics, which are created by us, or I mean, which is just natural forces. This is Jagrat state. I can very clearly differentiate it. Now, if you remember once when we had the session with Guruji, he said, something on this line like, you have to wake up in the dream. Means you have to, in the actual dream, in the layman dream language, what I'm speaking, Now, when you are sleeping and dreaming and you realize that you are dreaming, that is where you are something dash. He used some word. That means it is very clearly defined that this is Jagrut state, which I'm talking, you're talking. I don't know what you're saying, what you're going to say. It's entirely your experience. It's new to me. Okay? And I'm saying that is new to you. We each other can testify clearly. Now, in the dream state, we cannot do that. And neti neti, you cannot do that. And this uh, meditation and reaching samadhi state, that cannot happen in dream state.
True, I agree.
Correct. Now, what I'm saying is, yes, this is unreal. Dream is also unreal. But dream is a very, very low level of unreality. But Jagrat state is which can actually see the dream state as unreal. Means it is beyond the dream state. And beyond Jagrat state, there is self-realization state. So you are in the dream state or you're in the low conscious level. Now, if we start explaining about like animals they don't have thoughts. They live here and now. Now, why are they not self-realized? Or maybe they are self-realized and we are the animals for them. We don't know. Right? But based on our understanding, their brain is very primitive, their understanding is very primitive, and they have very low, like only the anger, all those emotions only. So it's a very jada state of Chaitanya. Chaitanya is very jada. Now we have to increase our Chaitanya, and that Chaitanya is not active in the dream state, right? Now you cannot sit and meditate for 7 days in the dream state and achieve samadhi. Can you do that? It is not possible. So you have to
Maybe you
come out
achieve
of that.
samadhi, the so-called samadhi, in the dream state.
What?
Samadhi, if you are, you can. There's all possibility you are living two parallel lives itself. One in the here. See, if you were, for example, a Russian in your dream, okay, it
So
will.
are you saying we can reach samadhi in the dream state?
I don't know. But then I experienced Madila. I don't know.
I don't think so because
And that's what we just discussed, right? Because you can't question, you can't discriminate your.
yeah, it is like how you know. It's my understanding. Now, through my mind, I'm projecting that is my dream, and I'm being projected as something that is a state of Jagrat state, and there is something beyond that. So dream is small, Jagrat is big, and something bigger than that exists. Dream and Jagrat state are not parallel.
Yeah.
Now, if I put EEG on your brain, I can actually say when exactly you started dreaming and when exactly you stopped dreaming. Correct.
Okay.
I mean, that's a scientific way of looking
I get it.
dream, right? So in the dream, body goes into a false paralysis that you don't harm yourself in the dream, right? So using all this pramana, uh, pratyaksha, anumana, agama, all these inferences, I can say I'm not dreaming right now. Now, if I don't sleep now, I will start dreaming now also because it's already 11:45.
Yes. Yeah. I'll share a video of this person called Rupert Spira, or than the node otherly. Okay.
Okay.
So you
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
watch that video and you will sort of experience, probably get into a contemplation of what I'm experiencing right now is a dream. Right now, ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಕನಸು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, or my mind is projecting things another, he'll sort of open up the
No,
understanding.
see, if the word dream is used for realization of unreality of the existence, if the word dream is used instead of using a word Maya, then yes, okay. because Maya or illusion, dream, they are all used very interchangeably. But when we use exact words like Swapna and Swapna, Sushupti and Jagrat, they are very definite.
ಸೊ ಇದು ಅವರು
Dream
ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ
is not illusion.
ಯಾವುದು ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇಲ್ಯೂಷನ್.
Dream is not illusion. Illusion is something you see as even in the absence of something. I mean, that's a psychological definition, right? So dream,
So you're
illusion,
saying,
delusion.
so you're saying Maye, whatever.
ಎರಡು
We
ಮಾಯೇನೆ.
both ಜಾಗೃತ್ ಸುಷುಪ್ತಿ ಎರಡು ಮಾಯೇನೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಸುಷುಪ್ತಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಜಾಗೃತ್ ಆರ್ distinctly two different things.
ಸ್ವಪ್ನ you mean
Oh,
ಜಾಗೃತ.
sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Swapna and
Swapna and
yeah,
Jagrat are distinctly two different things.
You add
That's
the
what
sushupti
yeah,
also,
two
there is
different mind. Like
the turiya or the fourth state is actually the one which is out of maya. The Jagrat, Swapna,
Correct.
Sushupti,
correct.
all three fall under
Yeah,
Maya.
like Rashmi said, I like that word. Within the bracket of Maya, we are discussing.
Yeah. I always say that.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ನಾನು ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಎಟ್ a screen and there's a movie playing and there is you pause the movie and a screen ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಂಗೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ 3 Idiots ಮೂವಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಮೀರ್ ಖಾನ್ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಅ ಕಟ್ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಮೀರ್ ಖಾನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಟರಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಿರೋ ಲೈಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಶೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಮಿ ಅಮೀರ್ ಖಾನ್. The moment I cut that portion of the screen and I remove it, there Amir Khan is not there on that part anymore, right? So I am trying to contemplate Amir Khan illidana ee Amir Khan correct ಆ Amir Khan correct ಅಂತ ಬೀಳ್ತಾರೆ ಲೈಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, I'm just seeing, or my mind is perceiving the fallen light as Amir Khan. That's it. ಅಲ್ಲಿ on illidana it's all projected on a screen, right? So he calls the consciousness as that screen. So it's just falling on it, and you're observing these things. So my understanding as well is ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಆರ್ ರಿಯಲ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬೋತ್. ಯಾವುದು ಅನ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲು, ಯಾವುದು ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಬಿಲೋ, ಯಾವ್ದು ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಅಬವ್, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗಾನ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕಾಂಟಂಪ್ಲೇಷನ್. ಬೋತ್ ಆರ್
Can you dream
ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್.
now?
ಯಾವುದು?
Can you dream now?
ಮೈ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಡ್ರೀಮಿಂಗ್ ರೈಟ್ ನೌ. ನನಗೆ
No.
ಡ್ರೀಮಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಇದಿಲ್ಲ.
You dream only when you sleep.
No, that's what we think. At least that is in my understanding. I would not debate with your understanding. Right now, there is all possibility where I can wake up right now and still feel, oh, that was a long Ramayana session that we had. Right?
No,
So,
what I think I kind of am agreeing with what Ashwathana is saying. He's saying Jagrat is also as unreal as it can be, but you cannot call it Swapna. You can't say that I'm
Beda.
seeing
It is not
Swapna now.
Swapna. Beda. It is not Swapna. Yeah.
Yeah.
You might want to use, I'm using the word projection. I think I'm using. So whether dream is also projection, Jagrat is also projection. I am not really concerned about which one was the dream. Both one was projection, and both are unreal. I'm not concerned about which one was the dream, which one was
No, you said this is dreaming.
Yeah. He's
It's
trying to.
projection.
Yeah, you said. No,
Yeah.
you said it is dream. That is what I'm disagreeing with.
ಇರೋದೇ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಜಾಗೃತ ಸ್ವಪ್ನ ಸುಷುಪ್ತಿ.
No, that was the point of the whole conversation.
Correct.
That was the point of the whole
ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನೇ
conversation.
ಇವಾಗ ರೈಟ್ ನಾವು ಇನ್ ದ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನೌ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ದ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನೌ, ಓಕೆ, if you are experiencing the here and now, whatever it means to you, okay, ಇವತ್ತು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಏನು ತಿಂದೆ, ಈಗ ರೂಪರ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪಿರ್ ಅವ್ರ ಟಾಕಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್, ಓಕೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಡಿಡ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಇನ್ ಟುಡೇ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ಫಾಸ್ಟ್? ಏನು ತಿಂದೆ?
Me, Uppitu.
Uppitu. Can you go back for a second? Can you just go back and just relive and eat that Uppitu once again? Can you go back there?
Yeah.
Allah, not in your memory. So you're doing it in your memory. I'm saying, can you actually go?
No, I can't go back in
Yeah, so
time.
you have you wear kurtas? ಕುರ್ತಾಗಳು ಹಾಕೋತೀರಲ್ವಾ? ಇನ್ ಕುರ್ತಾ ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಇದೆಯಾ, or is it somewhere else? Is it in another room?
Different room.
Different room. Can you go there?
Yeah.
So it's a physical place where you can go. And you can validate.
Correct.
ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ನಿನ್ನ ಪಾಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಉಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟು ತಿಂದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರೂಫ್, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಡಿಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅಂತ? Or go back 20 years before. You see a photo of yourself as a boy. What is the proof that was you? ಅಂತ ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು
No, what
ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್
kind of proof you want?
that it is you ಅಂತ. So if you dismantle
See,
the whole concept of the mind, you will actually ನಾನು ವಿಡಿಯೋ
see,
ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ.
proof. Okay, proof. There are different types of proof, like pratyaksha, anumana, agama. Pratyaksha is what you directly see, directly experience. Anumana is like, if there is smoke, I can say there is fire.
There might be fire.
Agama is, okay, my parents show me my photo when I was very small child, and they say, okay, this is you. Okay. Now, what proof are you asking?
So proof is when you
No,
look
why
at,
why are you asking this? I'm little confused.
have you experienced anything but the here and now ever ಅಂತ. You have not experienced, you have not lived the past, you have not seen the future ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅಂತ ತೋರ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ is what he explains in the video. Okay, you have not experienced anything but the here and now forever. Anything else that you think you are experiencing is either a memory or an imagination.
Correct.
Everything. Okay.
Correct.
Even you saying correct now is also a validation. Ada.
Correct.
Okay. So you have not experienced anything but the here and now ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ, ನಾನು 17 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ನಾನು ಈ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೆ, ನಾನು 3 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಇದೊಂದು ಫೇವ್ರೆಟ್ ಶರ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಮೈ ಚಿತ್ತ. ನಾನು 3 ಇಯರ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾಗಲೂ ನಂದೊಂದು ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಇತ್ತು, ನಾನಿದು ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೀ ಅಂತ. When I was 17, when I grew taller, also I knew that this is me, me and then I am, okay. And now also I have a feeling that I am, right. So the whole, I'm telling about what he speaks in that video, okay. You thinking that you lived an age when you were 3 years old, or when you were 17 years old, or 20 years old, is all projections. It doesn't exist. You are just there in the here and now permanently anta. So whether you're dreaming or whether you're seeing reality, the Jagrata or Swapna is irrelevant. You are just projecting. That's it. Because ಈಗ ನಾನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಈ ಸೆಷನ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನು OBS ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ನ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನು ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಇದು. So right now I have no possibility of getting back 1 second into the past, or no possibility of getting 1 second into the future. I am permanently in the now. I have experienced nothing in my life but now.
That's a limitation of this body and mind.
Yeah. So there is no evidence that I lived a past.
No, I don't understand what is the context here. But I think we should
I'm
speak.
getting back to the Jagrata Swapna Sushupti ne. Jagrata and Swapna.
No, see. Okay, now my question. Before it's 12 o'clock.
I think it's that time to.
Are you dreaming now?
I don't know. That's my answer. I don't know.
So you are not in Jagrat state.
I don't know. ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. I can be as humble as that to actually say I don't know. The Swami Vivekananda ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, the most valid answer to any question is I don't know. You again need points to validate alwa, and all these points are constructed. If I want to tap my hand or pinch myself, I have done that in the dream also. Ada dream allu pinch ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು, and it has hurt there also.
Yeah, no, I know how to conclude this. So, see, so when we say the thing is, Swapna and Jagrata are two different things. That is one conclusion. But everything is a projection. So you can't answer, are you in Swapna or Jagrata now? That's it. That's how it
Hello.
Correct. I ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು correct.
Everything is perception. So there's no Swapna, Jagrat, Sushupti, nothing. But Swapna, the question is not where I am. The question is just Swapna and Jagrat, what are they? They're clearly different things. But when you ask, are you dreaming or are you real? Then everything is perceptions, so I don't know.
Yeah, because you can be asking me that question while you're dreaming and while you're real also.
Yeah,
ನಿನ್ನ ಕನಸಿನಲ್ಲೂ ನೀ ಆ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನಂಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಆರ್ ಯು ಡ್ರೀಮಿಂಗ್ ರೈಟ್ ನೌ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದೆನ್
since
ಹೂ ವಿಲ್
everything
ಆನ್ಸರ್
is
ಯುವರ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ದೆನ್?
correct, everything is
A
perception.
dreaming
So
Rahul can answer the question or a real Rahul can answer? No, because you are dreaming. So the question becomes irrelevant. Alva? Imagine you asked me the same question while you were dreaming. So which Rahul would you want to answer that question?
correct. But thanks, because of Ashwatthana, I was not very clear. I always thought Swapna and Jagrata are actually the same, but I kind of got a clear distinction in my mind. Anyway, everything is perception, everything is Maya, but there's a distinction between Jagrata and Swapna. That's what I
So the
got
thing
clear.
is, there are thousands of dreams that we are having. That is also a realization you might have at some point of time. There are thousands that you are having. ಯಾವುದು ನಂದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಯಾವುದು ಜಾಗೃತಿ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ you sort of realize that it's like there's like a photon, or imagine like a light particle traveling on a straight line. ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. It's just going like this, and somewhere there is a consolidated average that you think you are experiencing in real. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಫೊಗಾಟನ್ ಹಾಫ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಅಷ್ಟು ಕನಸುಗಳು ಯಾವುದೂ ನಮಗೆ ಫುಲ್ ನೆನಪು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ನಮಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ದರ್ ಥೌಸಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡ್ರೀಮಿಂಗ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್. Right now you are associated with this projection, which feels very real. So if you spoke to a dreaming Ashwath, the Ashwath in the dream, and said, you are just another projection ma, neenu ನನ್ನ ಬ್ರೈನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದಿದ್ದ ಕನ್ಸಾಲಿಡೇಷನ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, he will probably get very angry. Who are you to tell that? My life is as real as yours, probably more real than yours. And they might get into an argument, right? So it's multiple dreams that we are having, and there is association happening strongly or weakly with different of these projections. Atra. So Rahul ನನ್ನ ಒಂದಿದು, ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ದೀಸ್ ಮೆನಿ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್, or these qualifications ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಂಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ. For all you know, the moment I go into sleep, I might be experiencing a completely different thing that I will call reality there, right? So right now I'm aware in this particular projection. But the question, are you dreaming or sleeping right now, for me it doesn't matter, because both of it is just my mind projecting it.
So the word projection is a better word than laymanly using dreaming.
Dream, yeah. We will replace it with that.
Correct. Yeah, okay, good night.
Okay. Ashwath,
Exactly.
what would you like to continue as a discussion in the next session? The whole thing.
Uh,
The part
I'm half
where,
asleep already.
which I told, um, the one where I told, uh, after death, alva, the Papa Punya part, the crux of that question, what I realized is boiling down to one point, is there a possibility to have an experience without the sthula sharira? Only the whatever. If that is the possibility, then what I said makes sense. The body and mind regulator is not there, and then we experience Papa a
So
little more.
as long as you're continuing this projections of your mind, number of times you die and you're reborn is very irrelevant. It just keeps happening and happening. The moment you come out of this and you sort of realize that everything is just a projection of a mind, that's when I believe the heaven and hell is also irrelevant. It doesn't exist anymore. Right? ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಥೂಲ ಶರೀರ ಹೋಯ್ತಾ, ಯಾತನ ಶರೀರನ, ಅದು ವಾಟ್ even I had asked this question ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಈಗ in the chariot of Krishna, if once the chariot is life is over, what moves to the next chariot?
Correct.
ಆತ್ಮಾನಂ ರಥಿನಂ ವಿದ್ಧಿ ಶರೀರಂ ರಥಮೇವ ಚ ಬುದ್ಧಿಂ ತು ಸಾರಥ್ಯಂ ವಿದ್ಧಿ ಮನಃ ಪ್ರಗ್ರಹಮೇವ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಚಾರಿಯಟ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಮುಗಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಮೂವ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾರಿಯಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ವಿ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆಲ್ ಲರ್ನ್ಡ್. ಅದು ವಾಟ್ ಮೂವ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಅಟೆಂಡೆಡ್ ಅಶ್ವಥ್, ವೆನ್ ವಿ ವರ್ ಟು ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅಟೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಣವಿದ್ಯಾ, ಐ ಗೆಸ್, ಹೂ ಮೂವ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಮೂವ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ? ಓಕೆ, ಡೆಫಿನೆಟಿವ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ನಂಗೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ನನಗೂ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನು. ಹಾಗೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಲುಕ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಅದ್ವೈತದಲ್ಲಿ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ there is nobody moving, there is no body in the first place, so what is moving anta kelake. So yeah, I think the highest understanding alli, there is no hell and heaven, or there's no earth also, nothing for me right now.
Correct. So when we go to the lower understanding, that's what I'm trying to say is there is a possibility that hell and heaven is not only in this body also. That's the only question.
Highly
There
possible.
is. There is.
Highly possible. Highly
It
possible.
is also only the hell and heaven is also experienced in lifetime. I agree with that. But there is a possibility that it's not and
Oh yeah,
that's
highly 100% possible. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes. Awesome. Long day. I think today was the longest
but
discussion.
that doesn't matter to me because if I tap out of the projection, doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, yeah. Correct.
Okay, yes.
Okay. Sigurd, we'll catch up in the next session.
Good
So
night.
until
Good
then,
night.
Asatoma Sadadhaya. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Pratyorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Harihi Om. All right. See you. See you in the next. See you next Thursday.
Good night.
See you. Good night. Bye bye.
Bye.